Zug zug.
Hello, hello, hello. Hi, hi. Hi, Massa. Hi, Say. Hi, Iron. Hi, Soy. Hello. How are you? Oh my god, so fun fact, there was this bus crash years ago in Sweden where two buses were crashing. That doesn't really sound like a fun fact, I'm gonna be honest. That sounds quite bad. Go rest, Stinky. I am fine now. I feel so much better. On Monday, I was dying. I was, I was really bad. I was really, really bad. Like Sunday, I was starting to feel it. I was like, ooh. So I basically just went to bed in the evening, like right away. And then Monday, oh my god, that was horrible. I was coughing, I was bunged up. Every time I got up, I felt like woozy, like my body felt so weak. And then in the evening, I felt mega nauseous. I couldn't even drink water. It like made me sick. And you know, it felt like I should have a fever because I was like really cold, even though I was wearing like a bazillion things. And then, yeah, it was really bad. That's all you need to know. You still sound sick. I'm still a bit like, ugh. I'm still coughing and all that. But for the rest, honestly, I'm fine. I went to work today, so if I can go to work, guys, I can stream for you. So it's all good. Congrats on surviving the pestilence, Noah. It wasn't the pestilence. Oh, I have a new sound, by the way, that you can use. You guys asked me. You guys asked me to put this as a sound, so I did. I do not care if you feel better. I do not care if you miss streaming or feel bad about canceling streams. You said you were dying just to feel the. Yes, I was dying on Monday. Tuesday, I felt so much better.
Wake up! Get out of your chair right now!
Perfect. Beautiful. Why did you go to work? Because I feel better. Like yesterday, I already felt better, but I felt like I needed yesterday to make sure I was okay. Because Monday I was dying, I was dead, I was like, and I didn't sleep at all. I woke up every hour, going on Tuesdays. I was like, I'm not going to work. I was staying home. So Tuesday, even though I felt better, I still stayed home. But today, I felt fine. I'm still like coughing. It's still like sniffling and all that, but I feel much, much better. How we. Sorry that I'm not showing myself, by the way. I bought a Halloween costume just now to fit in with the book that we're reading today. Because if you didn't know, we're reading today. We're reading in Skyrim, like I said I was gonna do. But I want to put on a costume because I realized today, like, fuck, it's Halloween and I haven't even dressed up. That's just straight up embarrassing. I'll say it again. I do not care if you feel better. I do not care if you miss streaming or feel bad about you were saying you were. No, I know you don't care, but it's just like I do feel better. Like, it was just a cold. It's still just a cold, but on Monday I was like actually really horrible and I couldn't do anything. So I prioritized my health. There you go. I felt really bad about canceling because I already canceled Sunday and I'm trying to be so consistent and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work, guys. It's a myth. It's a myth. But anyway, I'm fine. Thank you for being concerned and thank you for your well wishes. I really appreciate. Very nice of you. But don't worry, I am fine. Okay, so it says that I need to. So we're gonna go browse local files. Sounds to me like you were overwhelmed with skill issues. That's plain rude. That's actually really not nice of you. Anyway, I'm not done like dressing up yet. I just thought it would be weird if I just keep talking to you like that. So here I am. But how are you guys? How have you been feeling? How are you feeling, my fellers? You ready for some reading? Some reading? Have you done your reading for class today? I hope you have. Oh boy. Don't worry, I picked out the most normie thing ever. And you're gonna be like, no. But I haven't read it and I wanna know. I wanna know what goes on there, So we're gonna read it. You missed my explanation on why it was funny? What explanation? I tried fixing my sleep schedule and ended up making it worse. How did you make it worse? How have you done this? Nagasta Gvata Gvatis? No. We're not reading that one. That's for next time. I reading Shades of Grey. You mean 50 Shades of Grey? I don't think I'm allowed to do that. Are we allowed to do that? Like, I know you're not allowed to show dirty things. Are you allowed to say dirty things? Are you allowed to read porn but not show porn? What are the specificalities of this? Also, is that a word? Alright. Like, do I unpack it? I'm not quite sure. Okay, sorry. Like, do I unpack? I think I need to unpack it. I think so. Where did it go? Like, this is Valentine stuff. That's not quite. I swear I put it in there. Did I not? Demon assets? Where is it then? Are you lying to me? Where is it? Am I stupid? Maybe. Where? I cannot find the file. I'm so confused. Demon? Oh, there it is. Okay. Hira alpaca. Okay. I'm not sure if that did it. The confusion is real. Well, let's try. Let's see if it's in here. Hey, hi Tom. How are you? I didn't think you were gonna come today, cause like we're gonna do what you hate the most, reading. Guys, it's not in the package. I don't understand. Okay, hold on. I might be stupid. Come on. Are we rereading the real Berenzia, including the Daggerfall chapters? No, we're not, because that's not spooky. We need to read something spooky, guys. Otherwise, it doesn't count. Try it. See what happens. No, I'm reading porn stream when? Only on my Patreon, guys. I don't think I can hold in my giggles if we do that, though. Oh my god, you know what I could totally do? There is apparently a Shrek erotic book. Do you want me to read that? I can do that if you want. On my Patreon, of course. Feed for it. Why is that? Shizu, explain. Why is this actually an emote? I have many questions. It's easy. Anything Dan Clancy gets off to is allowed. Anything else gets 24 or 30 day ban. Who's Dan Clancy? I'm so sorry. Help. It's gonna be someone important, isn't it? Sophie, it's okay. Gotcha. Are you feeling better? I'm feeling so much better. Yeah. I mean, I'm still a bit sick. Like, I'm not fully 100%, but I am feeling much better than I was Monday. Listen, I know it sounds like I'm still sick. But like, if you compare it to how I was on Monday, I am like the example of health right now. Like, wow. I was literally crying because I was like, I don't know what's happening. Koopsie had I was such a handful. I feel so bad for Koopsie. But I was literally like, help, please. I took painkillers. Nothing's working. It was really bad. Oh my god, this guide. Like, I generally think I'm stupid. I dragged it in here. I unpacked it. What else can I do? Why is it all in there? Is it because it's a folder? Is it in a folder? But there's no folders that show up. Horn? Oh. Well. That's only one. Wing? So this is not wing? Oh my god! Oh my god! It's not even... I could just be a, like, messed up unicorn. Yes, please do. I mean, I'm already subscribed to your Patreon. Please read Shrek porn. Will you actually read it? Will you actually listen to it though? I don't want to like have to go through all that trauma and you don't even read it. That's good. Yeah, how are you though, Tom? You feeling okay? Sounds like influenza to me, not gonna lie. But no, I don't have influenza. I don't even know what the symptoms are of influenza actually. Is that bad that I don't know that? Is this just badly explained or am I stupid? Because she goes to assets, so she goes to items, drag and drop, unzip file here. I did do that. And then, am I not supposed to unpack it? Questions that I have. Like, I'm not quite sure. Is it because... Do I, like, need to reload? Is that why? Okay, I'm just gonna close it and open it again. Usually, it should be fine. Usually, I could just, you know, midstream add something, but maybe. Dan Clancy is a Gunner Twitch CEO. Yeah, I don't care about that kind of stuff, so that's fair that I don't know this. Excuse me. I love to listen to you. Why do you think I've been subscribed for like 2 years? Honestly, no clue, because I didn't post anything for ages. Why do you do this to yourself? It's still not here. I didn't pay £11 for this. What the fuck? Help! It needs to be a more understandable guide, because obviously it's not working for me. Influenza is like a cold so bad you cry and or getting admitted to the ICU. Well, I didn't get admitted to the ICU though. But yeah, I was just crying because a lot of feelings were going on. You know, I just feel it in my body, like weird tingling and stuff, and I just felt like so weak. Like I felt like a lamb. Or like a little horse that was just born. Should I call Kloopsy? Should I call support? I feel like I should call support. 6-7. I'm sorry? Wait. I didn't pay like £5 a month for 2 years for you to not read Shrek porn on Patreon. I see how it is. So that's what it was building up to. Bro! Why? It's just all code and I don't... It was supposed to be... Right. So can someone help me? I bought some assets. I added it to the file and I unpacked it, but for some reason it's not showing up in my stream things and I don't know why. Like, it's just not here. I don't know why. And I unpacked it. So it should be here. But it is not. Why not? Like, is it because... Okay, I'm just gonna... Maybe I need to take this out and put it in here. I will do that. Maybe that works. It did work. Okay. Oh! Okay. Okay. How do you? Okay. I'm gonna. I turn myself. It's a meme. Composing. I'm not really. I don't even know what generation I am anymore, to be honest. Everyone says something different. I don't belong to any of them. I'm my own generation. You know what I mean? But welcome. How are you today? Hello. Welcome. What does it actually mean? I'm feeling good, thanks. As you know, Parkinson's is a moving target. It's always changing. Sometimes it can be a bit much. That's the sum of my mood right now. That's fair. Well, I hope you feel better soon, and the symptoms are a bit less bad soon. Yes. Okay. Okay. Literally, I just did it, and now I don't know how I did it anymore. There we go. Right. So supposed to be tied to me, but for some reason it's not doing that. Why are you not doing this? Pourquoi? Oh, darn it. Okay. And then, which horns do we have? There we go. That's at the front. That's a huge horn. Oh, ooh, ah, You know, I almost went as a carrot, you know? I was like, am I really gonna spend money on a Halloween costume? Or should I just like paint myself orange and just put like green grass on my head? I almost did, you know. Maybe I will next year. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I will. Honestly, that would have been really funny. But I feel like, you know, where's Green Noah? You got Green Noah last year. You can't have her every year, silly Billy. Okay, so I'm probably doing this really badly. I'm really bad at putting assets on myself. Like, I don't know why, but it never works on me. I always do it wrong somehow. But know that the thought was there. It was. I was thinking about it, but it just those horns look so oiled up. Ew! Why are you saying that? Stop making me feel weird about my horns right now. Everybody stop saying your age. We didn't build a whole network for anonymous communication to go around doxing yourselves on the internet. Nobody knows you're a dog. Woof. Indeed. See, it could be a dog, could be a weirdo pretending to be a dog. Don't know, don't care. That's true. Do not share your age. Please. But if you're underage, probably best to leave. Okay, we can't do that. We're gonna do it in the back. Don't take that out of context, please. When you turn it, bunny, moo. Oh. Now, this ain't looking right. This is not looking correct right now. I'm just gonna get rid of that, and then yeah, this could work. Yeah, that's kind of what this could totally work. Why is this not attaching to my ass? Does it think I have no ass? How do I attach it so it doesn't move? Know why your horns are on backwards? Oh my god, they are? Are they? They're not. What are you saying? They're not. They're not. Why you do? They're not. Look at what you made me do. Now they're no longer the same size. Now one is bigger than the other. These horns look very, very... You know, ever since you said they look oiled up, now I can't unsee it. Now you're making me feel weird. What have you done? Halloween is supposed to be scary, say. I'm gonna peace out. See ya. Enjoy your book, you're a nerd. Yeah, because reading books is for nerds, right? Oh my god, no, the tail is not moving anymore! Oh my god! Little fucker, come on, I paid for you! Dance, monkey, dance! Well, I guess I don't have a tail either. I guess I'm just a goat. Wonderful. Yes, very good. I could be like a demon cowboy. You know what? Why not? I'll just probe that in there. Perfect. That's beautiful. That's perfect. Yep. That's exactly how I wanted this to be. This is, yep. This is, yep. You are the goat. Thank you. Those horns look like stuff you buy from a dragon site. They're bad, by the way. Dragon site? What is that? What is that? They remind me of the annual August crawfish party. What the fuck is that? But yeah, I hope you're doing good. Brr, brr, patapim. Is that a meme as well? I'm not very meme aware. You smell like a goat? Interesting. I feel like this is a very weak costume. I'm very disappointed in myself. Like, we must up our game. Chippy, chippy, choppa. Ah! Chippy, chippy, choppa, choppa. Ruby, ruby, rawa, rawa. Wah, 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 wah. Chicken wings? Anyone? I'm too bad at this. I can't. Okay, we're gonna get rid of the cowboy hat just to make it more serious. Okay, now let's actually start the stream, because we haven't started the stream yet, as always. I feel like we start later and later. Yes. Oh, you don't know about the dragon that is bad side? Poor summer child. Well, I'm not really interested in that kind of stuff, if it is bad stuff. Bad stuff is not really for me, you see? But yeah, does anyone have any good suggestions on what we can read? Because I have chosen Dracula, but I think I remember saying, ew, that was boring. So if you don't want me to do that, then do you have a better suggestion? Maybe something short? Aulas. They're horrifying. What are aulas? Chippy chippy choppa choppa ruby ruby rabba rabba ba ba da ba 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 ba. Chippy chippy choppa choppa ruby ruby rabba rabba rabba. Oh my god! But the Carmilla, I would have to buy. Ooh, I'm a rose. Sexy gay vampire girls, yes. It is on my list. I have said this. End user license agreements. Ah, I buy. You buy. No, 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 no. This was my idea. That would be bad if you buy it. JP, isn't it public? Oh, wait. Is it that old? Let me see, let me see, let me see. Carmilla? It is! Huzzah! Is it by Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu? Wait! Sorry, wait! I think it's public domain. Meow 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 meow. Yeah, it is. It's on Project Gutenberg. I've got it open. Project Gutenberg. And we've got our new house. Okay. Let me just open. I'm just gonna message Soy so he sees it. Soy, no bye. It is free. Okay, just in case he didn't hear us. Yes, quite good. Yes, yes. Gay vampires, here we go. Hawaii. Okay, how am I gonna do this, by the way? Because I want to show Skyrim. So we're like reading in the game. But then I want to have the book open as well so you can read the book with me. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Also, can you hear the music? Like, is that at all, like, audible? It's not loading at all. Oh shit. I just opened the game. Is it already crashing? Surely not. Could have just made a quick mod and imported the book you want to read into. Well, I didn't even know that was a bloody option. What the? You could just import any book into the game? I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, this is not working. I'm gonna have to force close it and try again. But yeah, that's insane. How does that even work? You just tie it to an existing book cover and then put it in the game? Oh my god, what a disaster. And it's not even force closing either. Okay, now it did. Thank god. Jesus, what's wrong with it? Is it because I haven't touched it for a while that it's like goofy now? Yeah, you should have Skyrim creation kit in your library if you show tools. Oh, that sounds like a lot of like work. I feel like we won't get any reading done if we do that. I don't actually know how long the Carmilla book is. Should I update the title, by the way? I feel like it's not clear that I'm gonna be reading. Reading Carmilla. There we go. Maybe you should cancel stream, rest up and prepare for the next one. Why are you obsessed with me canceling stream? I'm actually fine, like genuinely I am. Like, I really, really am okay. Do not fret. Do not worry about me. I'm fine. Please work this time, please. There's a reading category, isn't there? Oh, really? Why won't it let me enter the next room? Am I stuck here? Surely not. Do not want Noah to stream. Yeah, do you not want me to stream? What the hell? Reading. Oh, okay, there we go. I updated it. Yeah, well, how weird. It doesn't let me exit the room. How frustrating. Can I not just duplicate things? I want her to be healthy. I am healthy. Like, I literally am. I'm fine. Oh my god, finally. Hooray. Okay. What we're gonna do first is the decorations. Where were the decorations again? Swear there was like a whole room for it. Did you just stick a rose between your boobs? No, it's on my dress. By the way, this is my favorite thing ever. If I ever have a house that has this kind of thing, I'm gonna fucking do this. Hello! Hi, Ursula. Hi! Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Perfect. Where are we gonna sit? Let's sit by the fire. No, is it even lower? Because this is bedroom. But hi! How are you, Ursula? How have you been? What have you been up to? Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. If everyone hasn't seen my house yet, this is the cutest house ever. It's called the Magpie Manor, and it's so cute. Hi, monkey. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hi, hi. How are you? I did my pumpkin carving today, and I think it wore me out. What did you carve into it? Right. I think we're gonna sit over here, because then we can see the fire. Perfect. Maybe I'll... Thank you for subscribing, Therex. Thank you. Welcome to the gang. Hello. Did we get a shout out for Ursula? I think we did. I can't believe Noah built this all by herself. Sure. Yeah. Sure. That was totally me. No, that wasn't me. I'm not gonna take credit. It wasn't me, guys, please. But yeah, how long did it take you to carve a pumpkin? I've been thinking of doing it myself, but it's such a waste of a pumpkin, you know what I mean? Or are there pumpkins that are specifically made for carving? Don't actually know. I did 3 pumpkins. I did a classic one, did a hornet from Silksong, and also a bear. Oh, dude, you're dedicated. Hell yeah, that is so cool. Ooh, I have to check out your VOD then to see how the hornet looked. Goodness. You are an artist, after all. Gotta go now, busy day, have fun. Oh, okay. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Okay, there we go. Ooh, that looks even cooler. Very good. It was about an hour per pumpkin. I mean, yeah, if you're thorough, that makes sense. But yeah, today we're gonna read a book. I didn't realize that we would have that we could import a book into Skyrim. I would have done that if I knew, but I didn't know this. So wait, Noah, can you send me the book as a PDF? Yeah, I mean I can. Wait, like give me a sec. Plain text. eepy. Is there even a PDF version? Oh, this is audio. There is just EPUB, plain text, and HTML. I'll send you the link if you can find the PDF thing in there, but I don't think there is. You can still eat the pumpkin innards. Yeah, but like when you carve a pumpkin, don't you like take out the seeds, but that's it? You leave like the actual pumpkin like fruit, I suppose. Oh, did somebody cook you a sweet roll? No, I wish I did. I'm so pretty tired. Lol, I got the cookie stream tomorrow doing a 3-course meal? Dude, that is sick. What do you... Oh, do you know what you're gonna cook? Have you announced what you're gonna cook yet? Or is it a secret, a surprise? Where is Inigo anyway? Inigo! Inigo! Where is he? Buddy, why are you in the bath? How have you been? Hi? You know you're sitting in the bath, right? You have a good bath. Giants toast you? Ew, I hope not. That sounds really gross. Inigo sure loves baths. He really does. He's a clean cat. That's all I know. Oh my god. A toilet. I forgot I had a toilet. It's not so exciting. Okay, you have fun, Inigo. You do you. Oh, that was a bit of lag. Bit of the laggedy do. Oh, I love this painting. Very cool. Anyway, I think we should get to the reading because I'll just have the PDF on the side, maybe? But then how am I going to be in-game as well? Yes. I didn't really think this through. Why are we saving? We haven't done anything yet. We haven't even done anything. What do you mean? Website should work just as well. I have to copy paste the text either way. I'm just quickly installing some compatibility stuff for Linux. Well, I'm using Mod Organizer. Sorry guys, I like wasted a whole hour on this. I feel a bit silly now. I think it's better to have the book on the side rather than covering the cozy Skyrim backdrop. Okay. I'm not sure how I'm gonna have it. Wait, actually. Oh, but then how am I gonna? Linux is an operating system, silly. I don't have Windows anymore. Oh, right. But yeah, the problem is I'd have to share my screen. Or I could share a specific screen, I suppose. Let's see. Display capture. Book. Okay, can I not capture? You can capture just Skyrim, no? Well, what I'm saying is like, I can't have the book. I can't stream the book and the Skyrim because I have to be in Skyrim for things to move around. And if I want to capture the book as well, I'd have to have it on the side. But that means I will be streaming my own stream as well because I'd have to, otherwise I can't read chat either. So that is a problem. What? Also, we almost have like 800 followers. Crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna leave you with a lurk. Gonna rest up for tomorrow. Okay, so sorry that I didn't talk to you more. I'm glad your stream went well. Very exciting that you're gonna be cooking tomorrow. I will definitely check the VOD as well to see the pumpkins. Good luck tomorrow. Don't like tire yourself out too much. And have a good sleep. A good evening. Bye bye, and thank you for the raid again. I appreciate it. I've just been told that mandarin and clementine is a chibi orange. What? Huh? What? Oh, you want to text the book up on stream too? Yes, so you can like read with me, I suppose. So you know where I'm at, or do you not want to see it? Thank you for the follow, Caracos. How are you today? If you don't want me to stream the book, that's fine as well. I can just not do that. I think that's what Iron was helping with. Yes. Because sometimes I might say something wrong. I don't want you to be like, what the fuck does that mean? Because sometimes I feel like there's certain words that I don't know what they are, and I'll say it differently, and you'll be like, hey. And if you could just read it, you'll be like, ah. You see what I mean? What I mean? What I'm putting down? What I'm doing? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna give it any more time. I think. Um. Hmm. Like, I wish I could just capture specifically my browser while also having Skyrim open, but you can't do that. So I'm trying to use Creation Kit to make a Skyrim book version of Noah's real book. Well, how long do you think that will take? Ooh, base as fuck. This might take me a bit, so don't wait for me. Okay, well, I'll start reading already. Why don't we do that? But yeah, yes, I will be reading. Um, I will be reading Carmilla today. So this is supposed to be a vampire book. Um, I have never read it in my life, so I've got no clue what it's about. I know there's vampires, and I know they're gay, but that's as far as I know. So I hope you enjoy this. Yes, and I hope I enjoy it. Yes, let's just start. Yes, sorry for the wait. Apologies. Apologies. I will make sure to at least stream like 30 more minutes. Okay, let's look at the fire. Woo, story time. Hi, Burrito. How are you today? Welcome. Yes, we're going to read Carmilla. I've never read it. So please excuse me saying words wrong and correct me if you want. I suck at new words. I never know how to say it. So I just say it in a Dutch way. So if you think it sounds weird, it's because I don't know how to say it. But yeah, if you want to follow with the book as well, just go to gutenberg.org, I think it is. And you can find the book there as well. But yeah, here we go. An early fright. In Styria, we, though by no means magnificent people, inhabit a castle or schloss. A what? A small income in that part of the world goes a great way. 800 or 900 a year does wonders. Scantily enough, ours would have answered among wealthy people at home. My father is English, and I bear an English name, although I never saw England. But here, in this lonely and primitive place where everything is so marvelously cheap, I really don't see how ever so much more money would at all materially add to our comforts or even luxuries. My father was in the Austrian service and retired upon a pension, and his patrimony prologues are gay. Oh yeah, sorry, I skipped the prologue. I always skip the prologue. Are you not supposed to skip the prologue? I'm sleepy and excited. Stories and naps go hand in hand. This is true. It's good to fall asleep to stories. Yes, I skipped the prologue. Um, now I don't know where we were. Okay, upon a pension and his patrimony, and purchased this feudal residence and the small estate on which it stands. A bargain. Nothing can be more picturesque or solitary. It stands on a slight eminence in a forest. The road, very old and narrow, passes in front of its drawbridge, never raised in my time, and its moat, stocked with perch and sailed over by many swans, and floating on its surface white fleets of water lilies. Over all this, the Schloss shows. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know what Schloss is. Over all this, the Schloss shows its many-windowed front, its towers, and its Gothic chapel. The forest opens in an irregular and very picturesque glade before its gate, and at the right a steep Gothic bridge carries the road over a stream that winds in deep shadow through the forest. Through the wood, I said that wrong. I have said that. This is a very lonely place. Judge whether I say truth. Looking from the hall door towards the road, the forest in which our castle stands extends 15 miles to the right and 12 to the left. The nearest inhabited village is about 7 of your English miles to the left. The nearest inhabited schloss of any historic associations is that of Old General Spielsdorf, nearly 20 miles away to the right. I have said the nearest inhabited village because there is only 3 miles westward, that is to say, in the direction of General Spieldorf's Schloss, a ruined village with its quaint little church, now roofless, in the aisle of which are the mouldering tombs of the proud family of Karnstein, now extinct, who once owned the equally desolate chateau which in the thick of the forest overlooks the silent ruins of the town. This entire book is gay. You're saying it right. Schloss is German for castle? Oh. Right. I've never heard of that in my life. That is so sorry. That's a very funny word for castle. Anyway. Sorry, I need to put Skyrim in. Can I put it in window mode? Is that even an option? I've never done that in my life. Also, can you hear the music? I want you to be able to hear the music because this is really chill to read and listen to at the same time. Can I actually? I don't think it is an option. Yeah, I don't think it is. Maybe I'll turn up the music a bit so you can hear it better. Hi Puma, how are you? I hope you're doing well. But yeah, please tell me if you can't hear the music. Thank you very much. Respecting the cause of the desertion of this striking and melancholy spot, there is a legend which I shall relate to you another time. I must tell you now how very small is a party who constitute the inhabitants of our castle. I don't include servants or those dependents who occupy rooms in the buildings attached to the schloss. Listen and wonder. My father, who is the kindest man on earth, but growing old, and I, at the date of my story, only 19. 8 years have passed since then. I and my father constituted the family at the schloss. My mother, a Styrian lady, died in my infancy, but I had a good-natured governess who had been with me from, I might almost say, in my infancy. I could not remember the time when her fat, oh my god, benignant face was not a familiar picture in my memory. This was Madame Perrodon, a native of Bern, whose care and good nature now in part supplied to me the loss of my mother, whom I do not even remember. So early I lost her. She made a third at our little dinner party. There was a fourth, Mademoiselle de La Fontaine, a lady such as you term, I believe, a finishing governess. She spoke French and German, Madame Perrodon French and Baroque in English, to which my father and I added English, which, partly to prevent its becoming a lost language among us, and partly from patriotic motives, we spoke every day. The consequences was a babel, at which strangers used to laugh, and which I shall make no attempt to reproduce in this narrative. And there were 2 or 3 young lady friends besides, pretty nearly of my own age, who were occasionally visitors for longer or shorter terms, and these visits I sometimes returned. The music is very faint. Really? It's so loud to me. Okay, I'm gonna turn it up in OBS maybe? Because I don't want to turn it up even more for me, because I'm already like not hearing myself. And I need to hear myself to thank. I need to thank. But yeah, hope you're doing well, Puma. Hope you're having a good night. I was sick on Monday and Tuesday and also Sunday. That's why I did not stream. I'm so sorry. I was dying. I was dying very, very much. But I'm better now. I'm still coughing a bit, sniffling a bit. I'm much better. So I'm glad to be back. Yes. Hopefully I can make up for the games I didn't play on Sunday when I'm streaming longer. So yes. Right. These were our regular social resources. But of course, there were chance visits from neighbors of only 5 or 6 leagues distance. My life was, notwithstanding, rather a solitary one, I can assure you. My governantes had just so much control over me as you might conjecture such sage persons would have in the case of a rather spoiled girl, whose only parent allowed her pretty nearly her own way in everything. Ooh. Scrolling is a bit annoying. Yes. Very good. The first occurrence in my existence which produced a terrible impression upon my mind, which in fact never has been effaced, was one of the very earliest incidents of my life which I can recollect. Some people will think it is so trifling that it should not be recorded here. You will see, however, by and by why I mention it. The nursery, as it was called, though I had it all to myself, was a large room in the upper story of the castle, with a steep oak roof. I can't have been more than 6 years old when one night I awoke and, looking round the room from my bed, failed to see the nursery maid. Neither was my nurse there, and I thought myself alone. I was not frightened, for I was one of those happy children who are studiously kept in ignorance of ghost stories, of fairy tales, and of all such lore as makes us cover up our heads when the door cracks suddenly, or the flicker of an expiring candle makes the shadow of a bedpost dance upon the wall nearer to our faces. I was vexed and insulted at finding myself, as I conceived, neglected, and I began to whimper, preparatory to a hearty bout of roaring, when to my surprise I saw a solemn but very pretty face looking at me from the side of the bed. It was that of a young lady who was kneeling with her hands under the coverlet. I looked at her with a kind of pleased wonder and ceased whimpering. She caressed me with her hands and lay down beside me on the bed and drew me toward her, smiling. I felt immediately delightfully soothed, and fell asleep again. I was wakened by a sensation as if 2 needles ran into my breast very deep at the same moment, and I cried loudly. The lady started back, with her eyes fixed on me, and then slipped down upon the floor, and as I thought, hid herself under the bed. What the fuck? Is this vampire sucking a baby's blood? Sorry. Intervention. Now, if you were a vampire, why would you suck a baby's blood? That is tiny. You're not gonna get anything out of that. Just saying. Like, if you want to be efficient, might as well, like, go for someone big. You know what I mean? Like, what is the use of doing this? Anyway, I was now for the first time frightened, and I yelled with all my might and main. Nurse, nursery maid, housekeeper, all came running in, and hearing my story, they made light of it. soothing me all they could meanwhile, but child as I was, I could perceive that their faces were pale with an unwanted look of anxiety, and I saw them look under the bed and about the room, and peep under the tables and pluck upon cupboards, and the housekeeper whispered to the nurse, "Lay your hand along that hollow in the bed. Someone did lie there. So sure as you did not, the place is still warm." I remember the nursery maid petting me, and all three examining my chest, where I told them I felt the puncture, and pronouncing that there was no sign visible that any such thing had happened to me. The housekeeper and the two other servants who were in charge of the nursery remained sitting upon all night, and from that time a servant always sat up in the nursery until I was about 14. I was very nervous for a long time after this. A doctor was called in. He was pallid and elderly. How well I remember his long saturnine face, slightly pitted with smallpox, and his chestnut wig. For a good while, every second day, he came and gave me medicine, which of course I hated. The morning after I saw this apparition, I was in a state of terror. I think the music is not too loud, sorry. Trying to give you the best experience. Fresh out of the oven, I suppose. Still crazy though. The morning after I saw this apparition, I was in a state of terror, and I could not bear to be left alone, daylight though it was, for a moment. I keep hearing someone talking in the background. That's my partner. He's in another room though. How can you hear him? Can you actually hear him? That's really bad. Like, the door is closed and he's in another room. Is it really loud? I'm so sorry. I never realized you could hear him. I mean, I only moved into this house recently, by the way, so this is probably why. And I'm still kind of figuring out how to make my noise gate like good to this house, because the rooms are bigger as well, so it's a bit more echoey. I think that's just the Skyrim music. Oh really? But the music should be loud. This is a tiny bit of a disaster. I hate Coopsy from time to time. Oh really? Someone said something about an inn. Oh, should I ask him to help me with the noise gate? Maybe up it a bit. I don't really know how to do it. I don't want to fuck my settings again. How frightening. Is it really bothersome? Do you want me to do something? It's not on his end. Soy hears it as well. They just said something about robots. Oh, I didn't hear anything about robots. Like, I'm trying to listen to him. I didn't hear anything about robots. Definitely want to do fucking dialogue. How do you hear it so well? Even I am in this house and I'm not hearing this. Okay, I'm gonna ask him to like close the door maybe. Be right back. Literally, my door is closed and his door is closed. So I am so surprised that you still hear this. We're gonna have to like think of something like noise suppression. Maybe like put some, because like the underneath the door there is like space so the like noise can go under it. No, I don't care. It's my HH. So do you want me to change it or not? Oh shit, I didn't realize the cat is being pet. It should not be pet. Because no one redeemed it. Disgraceful. ADHD, bro, let's go. Oh my god, you have a brotherhood of ADHD. Right. Let's get back to it. The morning after I saw this apparition, I was in a state of terror and could not bear to be left alone, daylight though it was for a moment. I remember my father coming up and standing at the bedside and talking cheerfully and asking the nurse a number of questions and laughing very heartily at one of the answers and patting me on the shoulder and kissing me and telling me not to be frightened, that it was nothing but a dream and could not hurt me. But I was not comforted, for I knew the visit of a strange woman was not a dream, and I was awfully frightened. I was a little consoled by the nursery maids assuring me that it was she who had come and looked at me and lain down beside me in the bed, and that I must have been half dreaming not to have known her face. But this, though supported by the nurse, did not quite satisfy me. I remember in the course of the day a venerable old man in a black cassock coming into the room with the nurse and housekeeper, and talking a little to them and very kindly to me. His face was very sweet and gentle, and he told me they were going to pray, and joined my hands together and desired me to say softly while they were praying, "Lord, hear all good prayers for us for Jesus' sake." I think these were the very words, for I often repeated them to myself, and my nurse used for years to make me say them in my prayers. I remembered so well the thoughtful, sweet face of the white-haired old man in his black cassock, as he stood in that rude, lofty brown room, with the clumsy furniture of a fashion 300 years old about him, and the scanty light entering its shadowy atmosphere through the small lattice. He kneeled, and the three women with him, and he prayed aloud with an earnest, quivering voice for what appeared to me a long time. I forgot all my life preceding that event, and for some time after, it is all obscure also. But the scenes I have just described stand out vivid as isolated pictures of the phantasmagoria surrounded by darkness. That was a difficult word. That was scary. I am now going to tell you something so strange that it will require all your faith in my veracity to believe my story. It is not only true, nevertheless, but truth of which I have been an eyewitness. It was a sweet summer evening, and my father asked me, as he sometimes did, to take a little ramble with him along that beautiful forest, Vista, which I have mentioned as lying in front of the Schloss. "General Spielsdorf cannot come to us so soon as I had hoped," said my father, as we pursued our walk. He was to have paid us a visit of some weeks, and we had expected his arrival next day. He was to have brought with him a young lady, his niece and ward, Mademoiselle Rheinfeld, whom I have never seen, but whom I had heard described as a very charming girl, and in whose society I had promised myself many happy days. I was more disappointed than a young lady living in a town or a bustling neighborhood can possibly imagine. This visit and the new acquaintance it promised had furnished my daydream for many weeks. "And how soon does he come?" I asked. "Not till autumn. Not for 2 months, I dare say," he answered. "And I'm very glad now, dear, that you never knew Mademoiselle Rheinfeld." "And why?" I asked, both horrified and curious. "Because the young lady is dead," he replied. "I quite forgot I had not told you, but you were not in the room when I received the general's letter this evening." I was very much shocked. General Spieldorf had mentioned in his first letter, 6 or 7 weeks before, that she was not so well as he would wish her, but there was nothing to suggest the remotest suspicion of danger. "Here is the General's letter," he said, handing it to me. "I'm afraid he is in great affliction. The letter appears to me to have written very nearly in distraction. Hello everyone, how you guys doing? I hope you all have a wonderful and lovely evening. You too! I'm doing okay. I was quite sick for a few days, but I feel much better. I'm still a bit bunged up, but I'm feeling so much better. I hope you're doing good as well. We're reading today. We're reading the book called Carmilla. So today is going to be a very chill stream. Hopefully no screaming. Sorry, I'm a bit bunged up. Thank you for the follow, Obscure. I appreciate it. Sorry if I didn't read your name right. I can't really see the screen very well because I'm like reading at the same time. Oh, good. Poor Noah. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing much better. Definitely. But still struggling a bit. But yeah, if you hear someone in the background that's Coopsy, don't panic. No one invaded my house. It's all good. If it bothers you, I can change it. But yeah, we will continue reading. I hope you have been well. What have you been up to, Venom? Right. I hope you had a nice weekend as well. No one told me about their weekend. Tell me about your weekend. I don't hear anything. That's good. Hell yeah. Where were we? We sat down on a rude bench under a group of magnificent lime trees. The sun was setting with all its melancholy splendor behind the sylvan horizon, and the stream that flows beside our house, and passes under the steep old bridge I have mentioned, wound through many a group of noble trees, almost at our feet, reflecting in its current the fading crimson of the sky. General Spieldorf's letter was so extraordinary, so vehement, and in some places so self-contradictory that I read it twice over, the second time aloud to my father. I lost myself, oh no, and was still unable to account for it, except by supposing that grief had unsettled his mind. I'm new. Do you do reading streams frequently? No, I used to do like reading books in Skyrim, but this is my first ever like just reading as a stream. I have considered it before as like, doing it more, but I suppose I never really thought there was a want for it, because well, not everyone likes it, but I could totally do it because I started a new job recently, and so I've got more time in the evenings now. I used to work in the evenings, so I couldn't stream as much, but yeah, I mean, if people like it, I would love to do like one reading stream a week instead of like 3 gaming streams. Like, I enjoy doing both. I always say like I would love to do more reading because I need to do more reading. There's so many books that I still want to read that I haven't gotten to yet. But if people love it, I would love to do it. I have lost where I am though. That's not good. No. Oh, here we are. I wish there was like a bookmark on these kind of things. Didn't you do audiobooks? I have a Patreon, but I've only recorded 1 book there. Because I didn't think a lot of people like wanted me to do it. So it does take like a lot of time to do it. Yeah, it does take me a lot of time to like record it and then edit it as well, because often like I'll say something wrong multiple times and I'm like, so I have to reread it and then edit that out. So it does take me a lot of time to record it. So in the end, I ended up just reading only one book called The Invisible Man. Really good book, actually. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, that's all. But yeah, if you want to listen to those, you do have like a free period, and you should like be able to listen to all of it in the free period if you want to do that, and then just unsubscribe, you know, because I don't really upload there because I didn't think there was a one for it. Like I said, I'm in a similar boat. I don't study as much as I should. Same. I'm very much of a study nerd. I'm very into languages and all that, so I'd love to learn more languages. But I really struggle like dedicating myself to it. Like I'll have periods where I do loads, and I learn a bunch. But then you get kind of stuck because you don't feel fluent yet. So you're like, damn, it's not worth it. And like, you know, and then you get to the circle again. Yes. I would join if I wasn't broke currently. We'll see about tomorrow. No, don't worry. Don't subscribe because I'm not uploading there. If there was actually multiple people that wanted me to do it, I would do it. I mean, Soy is still there, of course. I would do it for Soy. Soy, do you actually listen to the things I record? Or are you just subscribed? I did wonder this. Anyway, let's get back to it. I am a bit sick though, by the way. That's why my voice is like sounds a bit bunged up. But yes. Yes, let's get back. Oh, and today we're reading Carmilla, which I just don't know. It involves vampires and love, gay love. Yes. I have listened to most of it, but it was a while ago. That's fair. Bro, you've got such a perfect voice for storybooks. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just don't know, like, if it's a much of a thing on Twitch, you know? Like, I don't really follow anyone that, like, reads, so I didn't think it was a huge thing on Twitch. I'd pay for an audiobook, really. It feels so weird. It's just, I cannot listen to my own voice. I just cringe. I think that's one reason as well why I struggle editing my videos because I'm like, ugh. You know, like, oh my god, you're not funny. Yes. I'm subscribed so I can listen to it later though. That's fair. That's fair. Fine, fine, fine. Maybe I'll record some Skyrim books. Yes, yes, yes. When I have the time. Yes, yes, yes. But anyway, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Less vampires, but yeah, I'd pay to listen. You don't like vampires? That's fair. That's not for everyone. I'm very into vampires, so this is very much my book. Yes, yes, yes. Don't tell anyone. I mean, everyone knows, but like, don't tell anyone. Yes. It said, I have lost my darling daughter, for as such I loved her. During the last days of dear Bertha's illness, I was not able to write to you. Before then, I had no idea of her danger. I have lost her, and now learn all too late. She died in the peace of innocence, and in the glorious hope of a blessed futurity. I don't know that word. The fiend who betrayed our infatuated hospitality has done it all. I thought I was receiving into my house innocence, gaiety? Huh? Gaiety? What is gaiety? Okay, anyway. A charming companion for my lost Bertha. Heavens, what a fool I have been. I thank God my child died without a suspicion of the cause of her sufferings. She has gone without so much as a conjecturing the nature of her illness, and the accursed passion of the agent of all this misery. I devote my remaining days to tracking and extinguishing a monster. I am told I may hope to accomplish my righteous and merciful purpose. At present, there is scarcely a gleam of light to guide me. I curse my conceited incredulity, my despicable affection of superiority, my blindness, my obstinacy, all too late. I cannot write or talk collectively now. I am distracted. So soon as I shall have a little recovered, I mean to devote myself for a time to inquire, which may possibly lead me as far as Vienna, sometime in the autumn, 2 months hence, or earlier if I live. I will see you, that is, if you permit me. I will then tell you all that I scarce dare put upon paper now. Farewell, pray for me, dear friend. In these terms ended this strange letter. Though I had never seen Bertha Reinfeldt, my eyes filled with tears at the sudden intelligence. I was startled, as well as profoundly disappointed. The sun had set now, and it was twilight by the time I had returned the general's letter to my father. It was a soft, clear evening, and we loitered, speculating upon the possible meanings of the violent and incoherent sentences which I had just been reading. We had nearly a mile to walk before reaching the road that passes the Schloss in front, and by the time the moon was shining brilliantly. At the drawbridge, we met Madame Perrodon and Mademoiselle de Lafontaine, who had come out without their bonnets to enjoy the exquisite moonlight. We heard their voices gabbling in animated dialogue as we approached. We joined them at the drawbridge and turned about to admire with them the beautiful scene. Among Us, a Ouija board? Yes. Yes, we're not summoning anything, it's a decoration. Ayo, were you playing a game involving autonomotas? Yeah, I've never heard of it. Gaiety, lightheartedness. Oh, like how gay can be happy? It's such a weird, it's written so weirdly. Thank you for the follow as well, Haro. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yes. But this is what I'm saying. Whenever I read like old books like this, I always come upon words that I've never heard anyone say ever. Nonce. Yes, that word. I don't know what that means either. Isn't gait like how you strut? I think it derives from Gaia, which means earth. Oh. Intriguing. Well, now I have to know. Now I can't, not know. Gay? Sorry, I said that really funny. The state of being cheerful, lively, and merry. I mean, it kind of sounds like that, you know. Gaiety is like, but gaiety comes from gay. Yes. Merry, happy. Yes, that makes sense. Yes, it does. Ahem. A sip of water. Maybe I need tea if my voice is gonna go. From French, gaiete, from a gay, see gay. Guys, the gay is not happening yet, but there is already gay. I love words. Don't you just love it when that happens? Yes. Ahem. Yes. Let's continue. The glade through which we had just walked lay before us. At our left, the narrow road wound away under clumps of lordly trees and was lost to sight amid the thickening forest. At the right, the same road crosses the steep and picturesque bridge, near which stands a ruined tower which once guarded that pass, and beyond the bridge an abrupt eminence rises, covered with trees and showering in the shadows some grey ivy-clustered rocks. Over the sward and low grounds a thin film of mist was stealing like smoke, marking the distances with a transparent veil, and here and there we could see the river faintly flashing in the moonlight. No softer, sweeter scene could be imagined. The news I had just heard made it melancholy, but nothing could disturb its character of profound serenity and the enchanted glory and vagueness of the prospect. My father, sorry, I hope you don't like hear me swallowing every time. I'm so cautious about like you hearing everything now. You're gonna like hear me breathing next. No. Anyway. Yes. Yes, my father, who enjoyed the picturesque, and I stood looking in silence over the expanse beneath us. The two good governesses, standing a little way behind us, discoursed upon the scene and were eloquent upon the moon. Madame Perrodon was fat. Why does she keep calling her fat? It's so mean. Was fat, middle-aged, and romantic. And talked and sighed poetically. Mademoiselle de La Fontaine, in right of her father, who is a German, assumed to be physiological, metaphysical, and something of a mystic, now declared that when the moon shone with a light so intense, it was well known that it indicated a special activity. The effect of the full moon in such a state of brilliance was manifold. It acted on dreams, it acted on lunacy, it acted on nervous people. It had marvelous physical influences connected with life. Mademoiselle related that her cousin was maid of a merchant ship, having taken a nap on deck on such a night, lying on his back with his face full in the light on the moon, had awakened. After a dream of an old woman clawing him by the cheek, with his features horribly drawn to one side, and his countenance had never quite recovered an equilibrium. Yes. Have you seen Etymology Guy on YouTube? I don't know equilibrium. That's fair. It extends beyond words. It teaches you how people connect. This is true. Gulp. I was not gulping. It was not me, I swear. I don't gulp. VTubers don't gulp. I'm disappointed nobody made an entomology joke. That is because I don't know how to. You guys are the jokesters. I made a jail for you, not for me. Noah Swallow ASMR? Yeah, I don't think I will. I will skip. I will pass. Thank you very much. Anyway, the moon this night, she said, is full of idyllic and magnetic influence. And see, when you look behind you at the front of the Schloss, how all its windows flash and twinkle with that silvery splendor, as if unseen hands that lighten up the rooms to receive fairy guests. There are indolent styles of the spirits in which, indisposed to talk ourselves, the talk of others is pleasant to our listless ears, and I gazed on, pleased with the tinkle of the ladies' conversation. I have got into one of my moping moods tonight, said my father, after a silence, and quoting Shakespeare, whom, by way of keeping up our English, he used to read aloud. He said, "In truth, I know not why I am sad. It worries me. You say it worries me. You say it worries you, but how I got it, came by it. I don't understand. I forgot the rest, but I feel as if some great misfortune were hanging over us. I suppose the poor general's afflicted letter has had something to do with it." At this moment, the unwonted sound of carriage wheels and many hoofs upon the road arrested our attention. Oh no! They seemed to be approaching from the high ground overlooking the bridge, and very soon the equipage emerged from that point. 2 horsemen first crossed the bridge, then came a carriage drawn by 4 horses, and 2 men rode behind. It seemed to be the traveling carriage of a person of rank, and we were all immediately absorbed in watching that very unusual spectacle. It became, in a few moments, greatly more interesting, for just as the carriages had passed the summit of the steep ridge, one of the leaders, taking fright, communicated his panic to the rest, and after a plunge or two, the whole team broke into a wild gallop together, and dashing between the horsemen who rode in front, came thundering along the road towards us with the speed of a hurricane. The excitement of the scene was made more painful by the clear, long-drawn screams of a female voice from the carriage window. We all advanced in curiosity and horror, me rather in silence, the rest with various ejaculations of terror. Huh? Okay. Our suspense did not last long. Just before you reach the castle drawbridge, on the route they were coming, there stands by the roadside a magnificent lime tree. On the other stands an ancient stone cross, at sight of which the horses, now going at a pace that was perfectly frightful, swerved so as to bring the wheel over the projecting roots of the tree. I knew it was coming. I covered my eyes, unable to see it out, and turned my head away. At the same moment I heard a cry from my lady friends, who had gone on a little. Scrolling. Say, how are words broken down? I know root, but what else can you look at to understand the meaning of a word you've never seen? Prefix and suffix, I suppose. Is it really that simple? I don't know what's going on. I think you've actually recommended it to me a while back, and I've actually seen a bunch of YouTube shorts with him before that, but when you told me, I just subbed instantly. I think we've all ejaculated in terror once or twice. Sorry. You know, that's not how I would use the word ejaculated, so I might be thinking of something else when but you know, sorry, that was very funny to read. Okay, let's continue. Anyway, yes. Language is complex. Some words that look alike have nothing to do with each other, and sometimes you find connections between words that look nothing alike, just by virtue of how the languages diverged and evolved over time. This is true. Isn't this so fun? Like, so many words used to mean something else, and they still exist, but they mean something else. Yes, I didn't know any, so I looked one up for you. A Roman walks into a bar and asks for a martinis. The bartender says, "Don't you mean a martini?" And the Roman retorts, "If I wanted a double, I would have asked for it." That's a good one. I like that. That makes sense. Yeah. It's like when J.R.R. Tolkien uses queer in Lord of the Rings. It's, well, I feel like I still use queer as like, no, okay, I wouldn't. But I feel like if I read queer in his books, I would just think of it as like weird, you know? Like he means weird. His definition of queer is weird, sticking out. Like maybe this is a like British thing to say, I don't know. He was British, right? It's a form of self-defense, you know, like how skunks spray when threatened. That's scary. I hope no one ever does that in front of me. Sorry. Ew. Why are you doing this way? Anyway. Noah, I think you as a streamer make a lot of people feel gay. Happy! You mean happy. If I was a girl, I would be gay as fuck for Noah. Let's go. I thought, when I first read that, I thought you meant like, I am just such a like terrible person, or like so unattractive that I turned you gay. That's what I thought you meant. But obviously you mean happy. I know this might not hold up etymologically, but it's funny to think that the word reality is entirely made up of prefixes and suffixes and means something like that which is of the kind that refers to itself. Words, yes, very good. I'm only gay on Wednesday. That's fair. What happens on Wednesday? Wednesday? What do you do on Wednesdays? It's Wednesday today. You gay today. Gay day. It's Wednesday, so let's be Wednesday. I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna get some tea. I feel my voice is getting a bit like, and obviously with the reading stream, that's pretty bad. So I will be a few moments. Stretch your legs. We will be right back. Oh shit. I'm muted. Sorry. Yes. With for flying, you need wings, is what I said. And I'm so sorry to hear this, Ojo. That's terrible. Oh my goodness. I know you can't hear me, but that's terrible. I'm just like saying it right now. But I also typed it. I hope you feel better soon, Ojo. I hope you're good. What about, and thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. You're the best. But yes, let's continue. Also, I hope everyone appreciates my spooky house. Noah's getting bevy. I was getting bevy indeed. I got a chamomile tea. Oh, actually, one of my colleagues at work today recommended recommended me a beverage that I should drink when I'm sick. He said it includes ginger, lemon, garlic, olive oil, honey, and hot water, which sounds like really weird. I think I can get behind everything except garlic. Like, garlic must make everything taste weird, no? But you know, I heard a lot of people say that garlic in honey is supposed to like heal a lot of ailments, so. Ew. Hey, hey, hey. Garlic is good for you. Okay, I don't think I can find a way to open creation of kids so notebooks. That's fine. Thank you for trying though. Ginger lemon honey is great. Don't put garlic in it. Yeah, well, while I was sick on Monday, all I was drinking was honey and lemon water. Like just that. Because I couldn't drink water. It just made me like ill. I couldn't have anything cold like that shit. Ugh, no, keep it away from me. So all I drank was hot water. That's all I did. And honestly, it really helped for my voice. Like, it really did. Wine is confusing and Proton doesn't like me. That's fair. Don't worry, I've got it open on the side. People can open it if they want. So it's all good. Yes. I will probably, don't worry. Of course I worry. But thank you for lurking. Just now I wanted to ask how your past few days were, but I can't hear jokes on me. I am feeling much better. It was really bad on Monday, but all good. But mostly recovered now. There we go. Thank you for lurking. Thank you. But yeah, I got my tea, and it needs to cool down a bit before I can drink it. But this is definitely gonna help me continue reading for you. Of course, I would support. Thank you. Maybe you can watch the VOD later for the reading. Yes. Let's continue. Curiosity opened my eyes, and I saw a scene of utter confusion. Two of the horses were on the ground. The carriage lay upon its side, with two wheels in the air. The men were busy removing the traces, and a lady with a commanding air and figure had got out, and stood with clasped hands, raising the handkerchief that was in them every now and then to her eyes. Through the carriage door was now lifted a young lady who appeared to be lifeless. My dear old father was already beside the elderly lady, with his hat in his hand, evidently tendering his aid and the resources of his schloss. The lady did not appear to hear him, or to have eyes for anything but the slender girl who was being placed against the slope of the bank. I approached. The young lady was apparently stunned, but she was certainly not dead. My father, who piqued himself on being something of a physician, had just had his fingers on her wrist and assured the lady, who declared herself her mother, that her pulse, though faint and irregular, was undoubtedly still distinguishable. The lady clasped her hands and looked upward, as if in a momentary transport of gratitude, but immediately she broke out again in that theatrical way which is, I believe, natural to some people. She was what is called a fine-looking woman for her time of life, and must have been handsome. She was tall but not thin, and dressed in black velvet, and looking rather pale, but with a proud and commanding countenance, though now agitated strangely. Who was ever being so born to calamity? I heard her say, with clasped hands as I came up. Here am I on a journey of life and death, in prosecuting which to lose an hour is possibly to lose all. My child will not have recovered sufficiently to resume her route, for who can say how long I must leave her? I cannot, dare not, delay. How far on, sir, can you tell is the nearest village? I must leave her there, and shall not see my darling, or even hear of her till my return 3 months hence. I plucked my father by the coat, and whispered earnestly in his ear, "Oh, papa, pray ask her to let her stay with us. It would be delightful, do pray." If Madame will entrust her child to the care of my daughter and of her good governance, Madame Perrodon, and permits her to remain as our guest under my charge until her return, it will confer a distinction and an obligation upon us, and we shall treat her with all the care and devotion which so sacred a trust deserves. I cannot do that, sir. It would be to task your kindness and chivalry too cruelly, said the lady distractedly.
Wake up! Get out of your chair right now!
No. We need to be eepy sleepy right now. It's from Greek meme, which means memory. Oh. Have a nice lurk, Iron. Hope you're doing well, hope you're doing well, Tom. It would be, on the contrary, be to confer on us a very great kindness at the moment when we most need it. My daughter has just been disappointed by a cruel misfortune, and a visit from which she had long anticipated a great deal of happiness. If you confide this young lady to our care, it will be her best consolation. The nearest village on your route is distant, and affords no such inn as you could think of placing your daughter at. You cannot allow her to continue her journey for any considerable distance without danger. If, as you say, you cannot suspend your journey, you must part with her tonight, and nowhere could you do so with more honest assurances of care and tenderness than here. There was something in this lady's air and appearance so distinguished and even imposing, and in her manner so engaging as to impress one, quite apart from the dignity of her equipage, with the conviction that she was a person of consequence. By this time the carriage was replaced in its upright position, and the horses quite tractable in the traces again. The lady threw on her daughter a glance which I fancied was not quite so affectionate as one might have anticipated from the beginning of the scene. Then she beckoned slightly to my father, and withdrew 2 or 3 steps with him out of hearing, and talked to him with a fixed and stern countenance, not at all like that which she had hitherto spoken. I was filled with wonder that my father did not seem to perceive the change, and also unspeakably curious to learn what it could be that she was speaking almost in his ear with so much earnestness and rapidity. Watch streak reached. Tom is currently on a 5-stream streak? What the hell is that? I've never seen that before. Is that a new thing? Hey? Cool though. Hell yeah. 2 or 3 minutes at most, I think she remained thus employed. Then she turned, and a few steps brought her to where her daughter lay. Supported by Madame Perrodon, she kneeled beside her for a moment and whispered, as Madame supposed, a little benediction in her ear. Then, hastily kissing her, she stepped into the carriage. The door was closed. The footman, in stately liveries, jumped up behind. The outriders spurred on. The postilions cracked their whips. The horses plunged and broke suddenly into a furious canter that threatened soon again to become a gallop, and the carriage whirled away, followed at the same rapid pace by the two horsemen in the rear. Ooh. I bet that the child is also a vampire. Yes, no clue. It popped up, so I clicked. Huh, yeah, that must be new. I've never seen that before. I really need stretch. Ugh, oh my god. Intense. We followed the cortege with our eyes until it was swiftly lost to sight in a misty wood, and the very sound of the hoofs and the wheels died away in the silent night air. Nothing remained to assure us that the adventure had not been an illusion of a moment, but the young lady, who just at that moment opened her eyes, I could not see, for her face was turned from me, but she raised her head, evidently looking about her, and I heard a very sweet voice ask complainingly, "Where is Mama?" Yes, Mama. Oh no, yeah, after every sentence. Okay. So, for everyone new, I have a redeem that makes me say "yeah" after every sentence. People don't really redeem it anymore, but that's okay. But that is what's happening. Don't be scared. This is not permanent. Yes. Chippy chippy choppa choppa ruby ruby. Yes. Um. Our good Madame Peridon answered tenderly and added some comfortable assurances now. I then heard her ask, "Where am I? What is this place?" And after that she said, "I don't see the carriage. And Mochka, where is she?" Yeah. Madame answered all her questions in so far as she understood them, and gradually the young lady remembered how the misadventure came about, and was glad to hear that no one in or in attendance on the carriage was hurt, and on learning that her mamma had left her there till her return in about 3 months, she wept. Yeah. I was going to add my consolations to those of Madame Peridon when Mademoiselle de la Fontaine placed her hand upon my arm, saying, "Yeah, don't approach. One at a time is as much as she can at present converse with. A very little excitement would possibly overpower her now. Yeah. As soon as she is comfortably in bed, I thought I will run up to her room and see her now." My father in the meantime had sent a servant on horseback for the physician, who lived about 2 leagues away, and a bedroom was prepared for the young lady's reception. Yeah. You don't have to, I just wanted to... No, of course I have to. Of course I will. Don't worry. I hope you're having a good evening, by the way, Tom. The stranger now rose, and leaning on Madame's arm, walked slowly over the drawbridge and into the castle gate. Yeah. In the hall, servants waited to receive her, and she was conducted forthwith to her room. Yeah, the room we usually sat in as our drawing room is long, having 4 windows that looked over the moat and drawbridge, upon the forest scene I have just described. Yeah. It is furnished in old carved oak, with large carved cabinets, and the chairs are furnished, cushioned with crimson Utrecht velvet. Yeah, sorry, that's like a Dutch city. The walls are covered with tapestry and surrounded with great gold frames, the figures being as large as life in ancient and very curious costumes. And the subjects represented are hunting, hawking, and generally festive. Yeah. It is not too stately to be extremely comfortable, and here we had our tea. For with his usual patriotic leanings, he insisted that the national beverage should make its appearance regularly with our coffee and chocolate. Yeah. We sat here this night, and with candles lighted, were talking over the adventure of the evening. Yeah. Madame Perrodon and Mademoiselle de Lafontaine were both of our party. Yeah. The young stranger had hardly lain down in her bed when she sank into a deep sleep, and those ladies had left her in the care of a servant. Yeah. How do you like our guest? I asked as soon as Madame entered. Tell me all about her. I like her extremely, answered Madame. She is, I almost think, the prettiest creature I ever saw, about your age, and so gentle and nice. Yeah. Hi, poor Starry. How are you? How have you been? So, mnemonic is a description of something having a good memory. Of course, in modern usage, has kind of morphed into a noun, a memory helper tool. Oh, I see. And such a she is absolutely beautiful, through Mademoiselle, who had peeped for a moment into the stranger's room. Yeah. And such a sweet voice, added Madame Perrodon. Did you remark a woman in the carriage after it was set up again, who did not get out? Inquired Mademoiselle, but only looked from the window. No, we had not seen her. Then she described a hideous black woman with a sort of colored turban on her head, and who was gazing all the time from the carriage window, nodding and grinning derisively towards the ladies, with gleaming eyes and large white eyeballs, and her teeth set as if in fury. Oh my god. I asked because my doctor recommended a book on several mnemonics, so I was curious. It never explained the origin of the word though. What is the link you pinned? It is, yeah, it's so Gutenberg is basically a site where you can read old books for free. It's very nice. And that is where you can find the book that I'm reading at the moment. Tired from the work, just got home, having a little breather, and then off to the gym. Oh goodness, such a busy guy, you. Goodness me. I'm doing okay. I've been quite sick the past few days, but I'm feeling much better today. That's why I'm streaming again. But it's been nice to see you. Don't do too much as well. Make sure to relax. Very important. Yes, your health is first. I feel like whenever I get sick, I get reminded how priceless, being healthy is. Like how much healthy people take health for granted. So when you're sick, you're like, oh my god, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with this every day. So yes, I'm very happy I'm healthy. Yes, let's continue. Did you remark what an ill-looking pack of men the servants were? Asked Madame. Yes, said my father, who had just come in. Ugly, hang-dog-looking fellows, as ever I beheld in my life. I hope they mayn't rob the poor lady in the forest. They are clever rogues, however. They got everything to rights in a moment. I dare say they are worn out with too long traveling, said Madame. Besides looking wicked, their faces were so strangely lean and dark and sullen. I'm very curious, I own, but I dare say the young lady will tell you all about it tomorrow, if she is sufficiently recovered. I'm thinking many things. I think the people doing the carriage were probably like the vampire slaves, they get used just for blood kind of thing. This is my suspicion. Still too hot. I love chamomile. Best tea. I don't think she will, said my father, with a mysterious smile and a little nod of his head, as if he knew more about it than he cared to tell us, yeah. This made us all the more inquisitive as to what had passed between him and the lady in the black velvet, and the brief but earnest interview that had immediately preceded her departure now. We were scarcely alone when I entreated him to tell me. Is that like sleep tea? Chamomile? Do you not know chamomile? I am shooketh. I get the Twinnings one. I usually just get whatever, really. It used to help with sleep. Well, yeah, it's supposed to help with sleep. I usually just have it like before bed. It's always very nice. But honestly, I just have chamomile whenever. Chamomile is mid in taste but nice in effects. I feel like a chamomile just always hits, you know? Like I feel like there's a lot of exciting flavors out there. You know, I do like ginger and lemon as well, but I just feel like chamomile, every time it hits, it's just nice. It goes really well with honey, it's perfect. It's very yummy. Don't hate on my vanilla flavors. Anyway. Okay, I don't think she will, said my father, with a mysterious smile and a little nod of his head, as if he knew more about it than he cared to tell us, yeah. I've already heard this. We were scarcely alone when I entreated him to tell me. He did not need much pressing, Nya. There's no particular reason why I should not tell you, Nya. She expressed a reluctance to trouble us with the care of her daughter, saying she was in delicate health and nervous, but not subject to any kind of seizure. She volunteered that nor to any illusion, being in fact perfectly sane, Nya. How very odd to say all that, I interpolated. It was so unnecessary, Nya. At all events, it was said. He laughed. And as you wish to know all that passed, which was indeed very little, I tell you. She then said, I am making a long journey of vital importance. She emphasized the word, rapid and secret. I shall return for my child in 3 months. In the meantime, she will be silent as to who we are, whence we come, and whither we are traveling now. This is all she said. She spoke very pure French, Nya. When she said the word secret, she paused for a few seconds, looking sternly, her eyes fixed on mine, Nya. I fancy she makes a great point of that. You saw how quickly she was gone. I hope I have not done a very foolish thing in taking charge of the young lady. You can't beat a good English cuppa, though. I actually don't really like English tea. I'm sorry. I'm very much a herbal tea person. Like sometimes an English tea can be nice, but it kind of just reminds me of coffee. Like it's not really what I want. Like, I'm very used to herbal tea, so that's what I always will prefer. Well, if you put vanilla in your chamomile, that's a different thing. Vanilla is nasty. Well, obviously not. You know what I mean. You know what I meant. Earl Grey's your favorite tea? I will have to disagree on that. I mean, I know that's your opinion, but Earl Grey is so not nice. What? For my part, I was delighted. I was longing to see and talk to her, and only waiting till the doctor should give me leave, Nya. You who live in towns can have no idea how great an event the introduction of a new friend is in such a solitude as surrounded us, Nya. The doctor did not arrive till nearly 1 o'clock, but I could no more have gone to my bed and slept than I could have overtaken on foot the carriage in which the princess in black velvet had driven away. When the physician came down to the drawing room, it was to report very favorably upon his patient. She was now sitting up, her pulse quite regular, apparently perfectly well. She had sustained no injury, and the little shock to her nerves had passed away quite harmlessly. There could be no harm, certainly, in my seeing her, if we both wished it, and with this permission I sent forthwith to know whether she would allow me to visit her for a few moments in her room. The servants returned immediately to say that she desired nothing more. You may be sure I was not long in availing myself of this permission. Our visitor lay in one of the handsomest rooms in the Schloss. It was perhaps a little stately. There was a somber piece of tapestry opposite the foot of the bed, representing Cleopatra with asps to her bosom, and other solemn classic scenes were displayed, a little faded upon the other walls, but there was gold carving and rich and varied color enough in the other decorations of the room to more than redeem the gloom of the old tapestry. There were candles at the bedside. She was sitting up, her slender, pretty figure enveloped in a soft silk dressing gown embroidered with flowers and lined with thick quilted silk, which her mother had thrown over her feet as she lay upon the ground. What was it that, as I reached the bedside and had just begun my little greeting, struck me dumb in a moment and made me recoil a step or two from before her? I will tell you. I saw the very face which had visited me in my childhood at night, which remained so fixed in my memory, and on which I had for so many years so often ruminated with horror, when no one suspected of what I was thinking. It was pretty, even beautiful, and when I first beheld it, wore the same melancholy expression, but this almost instantly lighted into a strange, fixed smile of recognition. There was a silence of fully a minute, and then at length she spoke. I could not. How wonderful, she explained. 12 years ago I saw your face in a dream, and it has haunted me since. Wonderful indeed, I repeated, overcoming with an effort the horror that had for a time suspended my utterances. 12 years ago, in vision or reality, I certainly saw you. I could not forget your face. It has remained before my eyes ever since. Her smile had softened. Whatever I had fancied strange in it was gone, and it and her dimpling cheek were now delightfully pretty and intelligent. I felt reassured, and continued more in the vein which hospitality indicated, to bid her welcome, and to tell her how much pleasure her accidental arrival had given us all, and especially what a happiness it was to me. By the way, please tell me if the music is too loud. This is quite loud for me, and I just don't want it to overpower what I'm reading either. Ew, mint chocolate chip is gross. Koopsie really likes it as well. Cannot relate. Not nice, you're lying. Music is good? Okay. It's pretty loud but not overpowering. Well, I've put it down a bit. I took her hand as I spoke. I was a little shy, as lonely people are, but the situation made me eloquent and even bold. She pressed my hand, she laid hers upon it, and her eyes glowed, as looking hastily into mine, she smiled again and blushed. She answered my welcome very prettily. I sat down beside her, still wondering, and she said, I must tell you my vision about you. It is so very strange that you and I should have had each of the others so vivid a dream that each should have seen I you and you me looking as we do now, when of course we both were mere children. I was a child, about 6 years old, and I woke from a confused and troubled dream, and found myself in a room, unlike my nursery, wainscoted clumsily in some dark wood, and with cupboards and bedsteads and chairs and benches placed about it. The beds were, I thought, all empty, and the room itself without anyone but myself in it, and I, after looking about me for some time, and admiring especially an iron candlestick with 2 branches, which I should certainly know again, crept under one of the beds to reach the window, but as I got from under the bed I heard someone crying, and looking up, while I was still upon my knees, I saw you, most assuredly you, as I see you now, a beautiful young lady with golden
Help!
hair
I'm drugged.
and
Help! I'm dead. I'm rolling on the floor.
Yes. Sorry, I just wanted it to finish. Yes. I saw you, most assuredly you, as I see you now, a beautiful young lady with golden hair and large blue eyes and lips. Your lips, you as you are here. Your looks won me. I climbed on the bed and put my arms about you, and I think we both fell asleep. I was aroused by a scream. You were sitting up screaming. I was frightened and slipped down upon the ground, and it seemed to me lost consciousness for a moment, and when I came to myself I was again in my nursery at home. Your face I have never forgotten since. I could not be misled by mere resemblance. You are the lady who I saw then. Blue Eye Gang. Blue Eye Gang. It was now my turn to relate my corresponding vision, which I did, to the undisguised wonder of my new acquaintance. I don't know which should be most afraid of the other, she said, again smiling. If you were less pretty, I think I should be very afraid of you. But being as you are, and you and I both so young, I feel only that I have made your acquaintance 12 years ago, and have already a right to your intimacy. At all events, it does seem as if we were destined from our early childhood to be friends. I wonder whether you feel strangely drawn towards me as I do to you. I've never had a friend. Shall I find one now? She sighed, and her fine dark eyes gazed passionately onto mine. How old are they again? 15? Oh, they're falling in love. Oh my god. Now the truth is, I felt rather accountably towards the beautiful stranger. Also, Noah is wrong about chocolate, just as she is wrong about men. That is outrageous. My list of men was very accurate, thank you very much. As I am the woman in the room, I feel like I am right. Yeah, mint choc chip is disgusting, but that's just because I don't like mint, because it makes me think of toothpaste. I feel like it's the same with, like, people think, what is it, cilantro? Like some spice that tastes like soap. I think it's cilantro. Like, some things just taste like other things, and that makes you not like them. That's just the way it is, guys. I'm sorry. It's true. But yeah, don't like mint. It's fresh. Mint chocolate chip is goated. Why does everyone like it? I really don't like it. So ew. I can be fine with mint being in other things, but in my ice cream, no thank you. The best ice cream is either blueberry,
We don't make mistakes.
honeycomb,
We have happy accidents.
or coconut. Yeah, those three, I think. Like, I will always pick them if they're there. Like, I feel like my favorite ice cream that I got introduced to when I came to the UK is definitely honeycomb. Like, we don't have that at home, so I really like that. Honeycomb is, yeah. What the fuck is salt taste toothpaste? Hey? Mint taste toothpaste is disgusting. Once you go salt taste, what is salt taste toothpaste? What the hell? I'm sorry, I've never heard of this. Is this actually a thing? What? Sorry, I forgot where we are. Now, the truth is, I felt rather unaccountably towards the beautiful stranger. I did feel, as she said, drawn towards her, but there was also something of repulsion. In this ambiguous feeling, however, the sense of attraction immensely prevailed. She interested and won me. She was so beautiful and so indescribably engaging. I love that she's like, wow, she's so hot, but she also kind of makes me want to puke. Sure. Romance. Nice. I perceived now something of languor and exhaustion stealing over her, and hastened to bid her good night. The doctor thinks, I added, that you ought to have a maid to sit up with you tonight. One of ours is waiting, and you will find her a very useful and quiet creature. How kind of you, but I could not sleep. I never could with an attendant in the room. I shan't require any assistance, and shall I confess my weakness? I am haunted with a terror of robbers. Our house was robbed once, and 2 servants murdered, so I always lock my door. It has become a habit. And you look so kind. I know you will forgive me. I see there is a key in the lock. She held me close in her pretty arms for a moment and whispered in my ear, Good night, darling. It is very hard to part with you, but good night. Tomorrow, but not early, I shall see you again. She sank back on the pillow with a sigh, and her fine eyes followed me with a fond and melancholy gaze as she murmured again, Good night, dear friend. Young people like and even love on impulse. I was flattered by the evident, though as yet undeserved fondness she showed me. I liked the confidence with which she at once received me. She was determined that we should be very near friends. Next day came, and we met again. I was delighted with my companion, that is to say, in many respects. Her looks lost nothing in daylight. She was certainly the most beautiful creature I had ever seen, and the unpleasant resemblance of the face presented in my early dream had lost the effect of the first unexpected recognition. She confessed that she had experienced a similar shock on seeing me, and precisely the same faint antipathy, what does that mean, that had mingled with my admiration of her. We now laughed together over our momentary horrors. What a weird, introduction to each other. Interesting. I can understand the toothpaste thing, but because I think Turkish delights taste like soap because they contain rose flavor, and I've only ever smelled rose in soap. Oh, I get that. I get that. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it's just like when you're used to a certain thing being in all the products that you use, it just kind of happens. Never heard of that. If you haven't heard of it, you should definitely try it. It's also really gross, actually. I don't think I will. I'm really not a salty person. But mint is used in so many other things on toothpaste. I know, but that's how I know it. That's what I brush my teeth with every day. So when I eat it, I just can't help but feel like I'm eating toothpaste. It just happens automatically. I can't. It's like I said, it's the same with the soap thing. Like, I love that spice. I don't understand how people have the soap taste, but some just do. Colgate flavor ice cream is my favorite. Like, come on. Right. Speaking of toothpaste, fennel toothpaste is the best. Romania has some go-to desserts I found out today. Yes? Like what? You went to... I would love to go to Romania, actually. I would love to. Why did I say it as Romania? Anyway, Romania. Romania is on the list. Like, I once did a presentation about it in middle school, I think, about Romania, and I was like obsessed. I would love to go. Hello, friends. And I was like, yeah, it's been so long. How have you been, Beer? What have you been up to? How's your life looking nowadays? We're doing a reading stream, so lots of time to talk if you want. Yeah, please tell me about your life. If I sound a bit bunged up, that's because I am still recovering from being sick. I was quite sick a few days ago, but I'm feeling fine, don't worry. But yeah, that's why my voice is still like, but yeah, I hope you've been well. I think I've seen you on Ursula's stream, but I didn't say hi. I should have, but... Or I saw you somewhere. I remember seeing you, like, yesterday or something. Potato cakes, which is actually a ball of chocolate, essentially, and something called a biscuit salami. What? I must look this up. I want to look what that looks like. Potato cakes, Romania. Ooh. And it's a ball of chocolate. Yeah, I mean, like, I saw your name pop up in a chat somewhere, but I don't remember where. I'm good. Just being busy with work, trying to get people ready for war. For war? What do you mean? Oh, December. Yes. Actually, crazy news. So because I work I changed job, by the way. Because I work in a university now, I will have university vacations. So I'm off to the gym. Have a nice thank you. Have a nice gym session. You got this. Lift those weights. December now, military. Oh, actually war. Oh my god, that's scary. You take care of yourself. War should not be a thing of this time, guys. Of any time, really. But you would think by this point we would understand that it doesn't solve anything. Very silly billies. Yeah, you take care of yourself. But yeah, so since I work in a university now, I have a super long break. Like, my last day in December is the 19th of December. I don't come back till like the 26th of January. Isn't that crazy? Like, in my previous job, I literally just got a week. Barely that. And they were already like, oh my god, how dare you take a break? What? You have family? I don't care. you know, basically. Um, and I was like, whoa, you changed job again? No, 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 no. So I moved from one town to another, and I changed jobs because I live in another town. So I would now work in a university. But before then, I worked in a restaurant, a kind of restaurant, bar restaurant thing. I didn't change again. I moved and then work in this place. But I'm saying like to Beer because he doesn't know this because he hasn't joined since then. You see what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Okay, I'm getting confused. Yeah, don't worry. I didn't change again. I'm still working at the place I just changed. But yes. Yes, yes, yes. But please be careful, Beer. Very worried about you. Let us continue reading. Yes. I told you that I was charmed with her in most particulars. There were some that did not please me so well. She was above the middle height of women. I shall begin by describing her. She was slender and wonderfully graceful, except that her movements were languid, very languid indeed. There was nothing in her appearance to indicate an invalid. Her complexion was rich and brilliant. Her features were small and beautifully formed, her eyes large, dark, and lustrous. Her hair was quite wonderful. I never saw hair so magnificently thick and long when it was down about her shoulders. I have often placed my hands under it and laughed with wonder at its height. I was exquisitely fine and soft, and it was exquisitely fine and soft, and in color, a rich, very dark brown, with something of gold. I loved to let it down, tumbling with its own weight, as in her room she lay back in her chair, talking in her sweet low voice. I used to fold and braid it, and spread it out and play with it. Heavens, if I had but known all! Yeah, last I knew you worked at a bar, so I appreciate it. Yeah, I did work at a bar. But yeah, so that changed. Because basically, me and my partner wanted to move because we lived in a city. The city life really wasn't for me. Because I grew up in a small village, so that was just such a big change for me. And I really, really didn't like it. There were like always so many people around, so much going on, big nightlife, so many drunk people in the streets like all the time, rats everywhere, trash everywhere. Also, a lot of homeless people, which I wouldn't say is, well, it's bad because it's sad, but it's just like I had never, ever seen it that bad, ever. So that was just quite shocking to me when I saw it. But, the place that we moved, there's still a lot of homelessness. I think just in the UK right now, it is just terrible for people. Like, so many people are without a home. And there's literal, like, 10 cities. Like, I'm not even kidding. You will find like 5 tents clustered together on a bridge or something. Like, I had never seen that in my life. So that was just, quite a shock to me when we started living there. Just quite a rough city. Not like completely. Like, I always felt, because I had to walk home alone, at night, because I would work until 10 p.m. And I never felt unsafe. Like, it wasn't anything like that. It was just quite depressing to be in that kind of environment, to see all that and to live in it, and it just like made me very unhappy, and it just made me never want to go outside besides going to work. So I ended up just like locking myself in most days. All we would do would be like sometimes go for coffee, so I'm just much happier here. I have earlier hours. I have more regular hours, so I can actually plan things, have a life. Oh my god, imagine that. And it's also more in line with Coopsy, so that's really nice as well. we have a house instead of an apartment. We lived on the 12th floor. That was terrifying to me. It was I was actually sometimes too scared to just look out the window, because like when you look down, oh my god. But the view was amazing though. It was really, really cool to see the whole city and everything. Like that was really, really pretty. Like I remember there being like a falcon flying next to our window. Like that was sick. That was so cool. One of my favorite memories there. But I'm so lucky and appreciative that I have not had to deal with that kind of stuff. Very lucky, well done though with dealing. But it's not hard to deal. I mean, yeah, I don't want to like complain like, oh, boohoo me. But like I'm just saying, like I wasn't very happy there. Like it wasn't the roughest area ever, but it was just not what I was used to. It was quite a switch from like a small village that only has old people. You know what I mean? It was just like a huge switch. I love living on the floor. You love living on the floor. Interesting. Fair enough, I hate the city. I hate the city too. It's not my thing. And I realize that now, you know, I've experienced it. I've lived in the city. I'm like, nah, this is not for me. Thank you. Like, I like small village life. I like knowing neighbors. I like knowing who I live with. You know, like it's just nicer, I think. And in the cities, you just can't get that. I feel like there's almost more space for green stuff as well. And it's just, yeah, it's just nicer. I work in food currently myself. Fun times. Hopefully I can get in with my brother's company. Ooh, what is your brother's company? But yeah, I mean, food industry itself isn't necessarily bad. It depends on what kind of food industry you work in. Because what I worked in was very irregular because I was on a 0-hour contract, and it was also just very irregular with how many customers would come. You know, like they would basically, you know, book me in when they need me. So some months I would just be working constantly, sometimes 12 hours a day, you know, and that's rough. That wouldn't happen a lot, which is bad, because sometimes I'd have like 6 hours a week, and that's bad too, because then I barely get paid. So I would never really have a very regular paycheck, and that's very frustrating when you want to pay rent and everything. Luckily I live with my partner, so I'm like, I don't need to panic over it, but it's still frustrating that he has to carry all of it on his own, you know. So yes, but like when I still work in food right now, but I work at a university which has regular hours. So now I do 9 to 3, and that's so much better. Oh my god. It's so much nicer working in the daylight. Imagine, whoa. Like it's just, I think it just really depends on what kind of food industry you work in. But it's always going to be a fast-paced, stressful environment. That is definitely true. But honestly, I like the buzz. I like working in it. I feel like, I mean, I've had 2 experiences now. I feel like kitchen people are really fun. I love kitchen people. They make every situation, they made me feel really nice, even though some situations were bad. Like they were really fun to hang out with. They're always really funny people. They just don't take a lot of things seriously, and that's really nice. But then again, you know, you might have a shitty boss. Who knows? That could happen. Some people crumble under stress and they suck. But the people I've experienced are really nice. They're really funny people, and it's fun to hang out with them. Like, I actually love working with them. So that's nice. Yeah. There's ups and downs. No one likes green stuff. I love green stuff. If I don't have my parks, my fresh air, you know, I need trees. I need to breathe, man. If I don't have that, I die. Even though, like, I'm allergic to grass, but that's besides the point. We ignore that fact. Installing audio and video appliances is fast food. We have the meats. Oh, I meant to say he installs audio and video appliances. Oh, well, if you would like to do that, you should.
should try to get a job at his company, yeah. Or does he just not have any spaces right now? That's like what I work too, Noah. Let's go up 9 to 3. Oh, really? Well, I would like to. I mean, it would be nice, I suppose, if I did 8 hours. But honestly, it's kind of nice that it's 6 hours because it's shorter. And it's still good money. Like at the moment, I don't really care. All I wanted it was a job, because this is not a permanent thing for me anyway. So yeah. But yeah, let's continue reading. Ezra, 4 interviews you have to pass. Oh, 4? Oh my god, I've never replied to a job that had that. You got this, Zoe. I mean, go for it. You know what? What do you have to lose? I said there were particulars which did not please me. I have told you that her confidence won me the first night I saw her, but I found that she exercised with respect to herself, her mother, her history, everything in fact connected with her life, plans, and people, an ever wakeful reserve. I dare say I was unreasonable, perhaps I was wrong. I dare say I ought to have respected the solemn injunction laid upon my father by the stately lady in black velvet. But curiosity is a restless and unscrupulous passion, and no one girl can endure with patience that hers should be baffled by another. What harm could it do to anyone to tell me what I so ardently desired to know? Had she no trust in my good sense or honor? Why would she not believe me when I assured her so solemnly that I would not divulge one syllable of what she told me to any mortal breathing? There was a coldness, it seemed to me, beyond her years, and her smiling, melancholy, persistent refusal to afford me the least ray of light. I cannot say we quarreled upon this point, but she would not quarrel upon any. It was, of course, very unfair of me to press her, very ill-bred, but I really could not help it, and I might just as well have let it alone. What she did tell me amounted, in my unconscionable estimation, to nothing. It was all summed up in 3 very vague disclosures. First, her name was Carmilla. The name of the book! The name of the book! Oh my god! First, her name was Carmilla. Second, her family was very ancient and noble. Third, her home lay in the directions of the west. She would not tell me the name of her family, nor her armorial bearings, nor the name of their estates, nor even that of the country they lived in. You're not suppose that I worried her incessantly on these subjects. I watched opportunity and rather insinuated than urged my inquiries. Once or twice, indeed, I did attack her more directly, but no matter what my tactics, utter failure was invariably the result. Reproaches and caresses were all lost upon her. But I must add this, that her evasion was conducted with so pretty a melancholy and deprecation, with so many and even passionate declarations of her liking for me, and trust in my honor, and with so many promises that I should at last know all, that I could not find in my heart long to be offended with her. She used to place her pretty arms about my neck, draw me to her, and laying her cheek to mine, murmur with her lips near my ear, "Dearest, your little heart is wounded. Think me not cruel, because I obey the irresistible law of my strength and weakness. If your dear heart is wounded, my wild heart bleeds with yours." Ooh, I like the way she talks. What game did you choose for one of the upcoming streams? I can't remember which one it is. Friday, we've got a collaboration happening. I will not say the game because I kind of wanted to keep it a surprise, I suppose. You shall see on Friday. But we're starting at 6 UK time. And Sunday, I don't know yet actually, but I'm starting at 4 p.m. Oh, collab! Yes. And Sunday we're starting at 4 p.m. UK time, and I'm probably gonna play Costume Quest because I was gonna play that on Monday, I think. Wait, let's see. What were we gonna play? We were gonna play Costume Quest on Monday, and then question marks on Sunday. So I could just do Costume Quest and Alien Isolation. That makes sense, I think. Yeah, I shall do that. But yes. In the rapture of my enormous humiliation, I live in your warm life, and you shall die, sweetly die into mine. I cannot help it, as I draw near to you, in your turn will draw near to others, and learn the rapture of that cruelty which yet is love. So for a while, seek to know no more of me and mine, but trust me with all your loving spirit. Sorry, I'm feeling my like throat going a bit like, you know how it like it's dry. That's what it feels like. I think I'm gonna have to do some throat tablets or something after stream. Yes. And when she has spoken such a rhapsody, she would press me more closely in her trembling embrace, and her lips in soft kisses gently glow upon my cheek. Her agitations and her language were unintelligible to me. From these foolish embraces, which were not of very frequent occurrence, I must allow I used to wish to extricate myself, but my energy seemed to fail me. Her murmured words sounded like a lullaby in my ear, and suited my resistance into a trance, for which I only seemed to recover myself when she withdrew her arms. A lot of lemon tea with ginger and honey, good for sore throat. I'm trying. I've been like drinking so much tea. Obviously, it might have not been a good idea to do a reading stream right after I was sick, but when I made the schedule, I wasn't sick yet, so that's probably why. Yes. In these mysterious moods, I did not like her. I experienced a strange, tumultuous excitement that was pleasurable, ever and anon, mingled with a vague sense of fear and disgust. I had no distinct thoughts about her while such scenes lasted, but I was conscious of a love growing into adoration, and also of abhorrence. This I know is paradox, but I can make no other attempt to explain the feeling. I now write after an interval of more than 10 years, with a trembling hand, with a confused and horrible recollection of certain occurrences and situations in the ordeal through which I was unconsciously passing, though with a vivid and very sharp remembrance of the main current of my story. I should go sleep now. Take care, Noah and chat. Take care. Good night. Thank you for popping in even though you don't like reading. Bye bye. Take care. Yes. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm looking to the side, by the way, that's where the page is. Usually I look in the front, but I mean, I suppose I could change where the camera is. Oh wait, no, I can't because of the. But if I do this again, I could change the camera angle. Yes. But I suspect in all lives there are certain emotional scenes, those in which our passions have been mostly wildly and terribly roused, that are of all others the most vaguely and dimly remembered. Sometimes, after an hour of apathy, my strange and beautiful companion would take my hand and hold it with a fond pressure, renewed again and again. Blushing softly, gazing in my face with languid and burning eyes, and breathing so fast that her dress rose and fell with the tumultuous respiration. Should I make another sandwich? You do what you want. You're an adult. God, my voice is really going. I'm struggling a bit. I'm struggling a lot. Goodness me. I will indeed do Indian sandwich. Give me a second. I am the sandwich. Do not struggle. I didn't think about that. Oh, wait. I actually know a better way to do this. There you go. Eat me. Do not struggle. Do rest. We're almost there. I said I was gonna do 30 extra minutes, and I will. I am a politician that actually does what she says. Yes. Ooh. Ah. What a champion. You're welcome. Truly a master of the arena. Me always. Dude, I don't know what you just did, but it looked like rocket science. Yeah. I am a rocket scientist. I know a lot about rockets. Guess what? They fly. Yep. Anyway. Hopefully if I do a reading stream again, I might have to disable the sounds for people that fall asleep. Noah is super smart. This is not true. It's a lie. She's like a rocket surgeon or something. I do not operate on rockets. Nope. Yes. It was like the ardor of a lover. It embarrassed me. It was hateful and yet overpowering. And with gloating eyes, she drew me to her, and her hot lips traveled along. Guys, don't wake up. Shh, right, it's okay. Don't be scared. It was hateful and yet overpowering, and with gloating eyes she drew me to her, and her hot lips traveled along my cheek in kisses, and she would whisper, almost in sobs, "You are mine. You shall be mine. You and I are one forever." Oh my gosh. They went really fast. Then she had thrown herself back in her chair, with her small hands over her eyes, leaving me trembling. Are we related? I used to ask. Sorry. She's like... They're like really intimate. She's like... Are you my cousin? Sorry. Anyway. Are we entering hot incest scenes? I hope not. No! Don't ruin this. Don't do it. No. I was rooting for them. Dude, this is Vampire Night all over again. Don't do this to me, please. I can only root for one incest relationship. Nobody can know me so well otherwise. It's cooked. It is. Oh no, they're cousins. No, actually, we don't know. But it's just such a funny thing to say. Wait, Noah, about to read some Winston's smut? I don't know if I can take that. Stiff vampire, what are you doing? No, it's probably like, step great grandmother, what are you doing? Oh no. Yes. No, I hope it's not Winston's vampire smut. Please. I didn't sign up for this, guys. I thought it was just a normal gay vampire relationship. I'm sorry. I got you really into it now. Geriatric smut? No! No! I don't want it! Anyway, let's continue. Are we related? I used to ask. What can you mean by all this? I remind you, perhaps, of someone whom you love, but you must not. I hate it. I don't know you. I don't know myself when you look so and talk so. She used to sigh at my vehemence, then turn away and drop my hand. Ugh! Stop reminding me that we're cousins. Respecting these very extraordinary manifestations, I strove in vain to form any satisfactory theory. I could not refer them to affection or trick. It was unmistakably the momentary breaking out of suppressed instinct and emotion. Was she, notwithstanding her mother's volunteered denial, subject to brief visitations of insanity? Or was there here a disguise and a romance? I had read in old storybooks of such things. What if a boyish lover had found his way into the house and sought to prosecute his suit in masquerade with the assistance of a clever old adventuress? But there were many things against this hypothesis, highly interesting as it was to my vanity. Just a normal gay vampire relationship. It's true. Okay, so the line is Winston's vamp smut. So normal smut is okay with Noah. I have read The Lusty Argonian Maid, but I feel like that's the most smut it's gotten. Yes. I don't think I would ever actually read actually, I have watched Outlander and I do somewhat enjoy it. This is true. This is my confession. That is the most smut I've ever become. That is all. Outlander is really nice though. Except all the horrible scenes that I often skip. I do not enjoy those. I don't know why period dramas always have to have those horrible scenes. I hate it. I always skip like, we get it! Like, can't you just imply? Implying is a thing. She is gonna read Shrek porn on Patreon. I actually don't know if I want to. I've actually listened to someone commenting on it, and it actually sounds quite graphic. It's really graphic. So I don't know if I can seriously read that. I don't know if I can read that. Okay, so my next door neighbor has a kid, and I don't want to read that, and she can hear it. That's horrible. I can't do that. I can't do that. I'd have to go to an undisclosed location to read it for you guys. I guess I was subscribed for 2 years for nothing. You didn't even know it was a thing. What do you mean? Anyway, you're distracting me. on your Patreon. No, I know on my Patreon, but you never knew the Shrek smut was a thing until I told you. I shouldn't have told you. I could boast of no little attentions, such as masculine gallantry, delights to offer. Between these passionate moments, there were long intervals of commonplace, of gaiety, gay, of brooding melancholy, during which, except that I detected her eyes so full of melancholy fire, following me, at times I might have been as nothing to her. Except in these brief periods of mysterious excitement, her ways were girlish, and there was almost a languor about her, quite incompatible with the masculine system in a state of health. Wait, which one? Which line do you want me to say sexy? Hold on. Which one? I'm also trying to like keep up with what I'm reading. I can get rid of this now. He's done. In some respects, her habits were odd, perhaps not so singular in the opinion of a town lady like you as they appear to us rustic people. She used to come down very late, generally not till 1 o'clock. She would then take a cup of chocolate, but eat nothing. We then went out for a walk. She would then, which was a mere saunter, and she seemed almost immediately exhausted, and either returned to the schloss or sat on one of the benches that was placed here and there among the trees. This was a bodily languor in which her mind did not sympathize. She was always an animated talker and very intelligent. She sometimes alluded for a moment to her own home, or mentioned an adventure or situation, or an early recollection, which indicated a people of strange manners, and described customs of which we knew nothing. I gathered from these chance hints that her native country was much more remote than I had first fancied. As we sat thus one afternoon under the trees, a funeral passed us by. It was that of a pretty young girl, who I had often seen, the daughter of one of the rangers of the forest. The poor man was walking behind the coffin of his darling. She was his only child, and he looked quite heartbroken. Peasants walking two and two came behind. They were singing a funeral hymn. I rose to mark my respect as they passed, and joined in the hymn they were very sweetly singing. My companion shook me a little roughly, and I turned surprised. She said brusquely, "Don't you perceive how discordant that is?" "I think it's very sweet, on the contrary," I answered, vexed at the interruption, and very uncomfortable lest the people who composed the little procession should observe and resent what was passing. I resumed, therefore, instantly, and was again interrupted. "You pierce my ears," said Carmilla, almost angrily, oh my god, and stopping her ears with her tiny fingers. "Besides, how can you tell that your religion and mine are the same? Your forms wound me, and I hate funerals. What a fuss! Why must you die? Why you must die, everyone must die, and all are happier when they do. Come home. My father has gone on with a clergyman to the churchyard. I thought you knew she was to be buried today." "She? I don't trouble my head about peasants." Oh my god. Peasants? Rude. "I don't know who she is," answered Carmilla with a flash from her fine eyes. "She is a poor girl who fancied she saw a ghost a fortnight ago, and has been dying ever since, till yesterday when she..." She's been seeing a ghost, guys. I bet it was not a ghost. I bet I know what it was. And I will stretch, thank you. Stretching is so nice. peasants. They're smelly and merry strangers instead of family members. How dare they? So real. If you don't marry your cousin, are you even noble? Tell me nothing about ghosts. I shan't sleep tonight if you do. I hope there is no plague or fever coming. All this looks very like it. I continued. The swineherd's young wife died only a week ago, and she thought something seized her by the throat as she lay in her bed. Ah, isn't that suspicious? And nearly strangled her. Papa says such horrible fancies do accompany some forms of fever. She was quite well the day before. She sank afterwards and died before a week. Well, her funeral is over, I hope, and her hymn sung, and our ears shan't be tortured with a discord and jargon. It has made me nervous. Sit down here, beside me. Sit close. Hold my hand. Press it hard, hard, harder. We had moved a little back and had come to another seat. She sat down. Her face underwent a change that alarmed and even terrified me for a moment. It darkened and became horribly livid. Her teeth and hands were clenched, and she frowned and compressed her lips while she stared down upon the ground at her feet and trembled all over with a continued shudder as irrepressible as ague. All her energies seemed strained to suppress a fit with which she was then breathlessly tugging. And at length a low convulsive cry of suffering broke from her, and gradually the hysteria subsided. There! That comes of strangling people with hymns, she said at last. Hold me still, it is passing away. And so gradually it did, and perhaps to dissipate the somber impression which the spectacle had left upon me, she became unusually animated and chatty. So we got home. This was the first time I had seen her exhibit any definable symptoms of that delicacy of health which her mother had spoken of. It was the first time also I had seen her exhibit anything like temper. Yeah, she seems like a bit of a bitch, guys. A real family tree is a straight line. Keep that, yeah, gotta keep that shit in the family, so real. Children should be like secrets, keep in the family. Jesus Christ. Goodness, guys. Both passed away like a summer cloud, and never but once afterwards did I witness on her part a momentary sign of anger. ah. Ah. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hi, Tylus. Hi, how are you today? Hi. How was your raid? What did you play? Did you enjoy it? Did you do a singing stream? Or did you do a gaming stream? Tell me all about it. Also, Tylus, if you need to go rest, that is completely understandable. You know, you go lay down, go have a tea and all that. Very, very important. But yeah, welcome everyone. My name is Noah, if you didn't know. I usually play Elder Scroll games, so Morrowind, Oblivion. I've stopped Skyrim, which is very like ironic because I am in Skyrim right now, but this is just for the background. And for the rest, I'm kind of like a variety streamer. I kind of just stream whatever I want, really. I don't make any rules. But for today, we're reading Carmilla, a very exciting book. Maybe incest? I don't know. But very gay. Yes. Very good. Hi, we tried Slay the Princess and it was really cool. Ooh, what's Slay the Princess? I've not heard of that before. Hope you're okay. I am okay. An unusual pug. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome, 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 welcome. Oh, Slay the Princess is very fun. I think I want to play that tonight. Thank you for the follow as well, Black Fox. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey Noah, GG, we made it through half the week. Hooray! Hooray! Isn't that very exciting? Thank you for the follow as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Lily? Yes. Welcome, 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 welcome. That is such a unique game. I've never heard of it. Hi Noah, my very good friend. How are you? I'm okay. How are you? I've been quite sick the past few days. I had to cancel a few streams. So this is the first day I'm back and I'm feeling so much better. Very happy to be here. I hope you're all doing well. I feel like everyone's getting very sick lately. So take care of yourself, guys. You know, drink lots of tea. And eat garlic and honey or something, right? Yes. Wow, that's cozy. It is. Yes, a very gay book indeed. Yep. I have heard it's very gay. Reading maybe incest, I don't know, but very gay. It's true. It's not incest unless you're reading a different book. Well, I mean, like, so we were reading, we're like almost halfway in the book, and like they're like, you know, doing the kissy kissy and all that, and then she's like, "Are we related?" And I was like, "Whoa!" But it's what she said. It's true. I'm good. I hope you're feeling better soon. I am feeling much better. Like on Monday, I was dying, but I'm fine now. Well, you know, I'm much better. Much better. But yeah, no spoiler. I've never read this book before, but I'm almost halfway, I think. I'm gonna look up Slay the Princess though. Oh, wait, this looks familiar. Oh. Isn't it like the princess is actually evil or something? I swear it was something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna add this to my wishy list. Slay the princess was a bit too easy in my opinion. Right off the bat it asks you, do you want to slay the princess? So you just say yes and then you win. Wait, really? What the hell? I'm going to bed because I'm tired. That's fair. Good night. Have a good night. Well, you know, back in the time we just like really family trees were wacky. Well, only nobles. Wasn't it only nobles that did it? But like, you know, peasants didn't. Keep it in the fam. Gotta keep that blood pure. Gotta keep that chin in the family. Like someone said in chat earlier. Very true. Very true. But yeah, everyone, please do relax. Go stretch your legs. You've had a long stream with Tylis. Where you slayed a princess or you did not. So if you need to step back and relax, that's all good. Thank you again for the raid. I appreciate it, Tylis. This is like the second raid today. Thank you. I really appreciate it. What a nice welcome back. Yeah, nobles, because they don't want their blood tainted. I want to keep it pure. Yuck. Ew. That's weird. But thank God it's not like that anymore, right? Right. I think I looked up once, like, how inbred the current king is of England. And he's pretty inbred. Let me look it up again. How inbred is... I love that that's the first thing. I want to see a percent. Is there a percent? Oh, no, I don't want a video. Stop. Okay, it doesn't give me a percent. I have less interest. Anyway, he is still inbred. Yes. Because I think like Elizabeth and King Philip, they were somewhat related, whereas Elizabeth's mother and father were actually not related, like almost at all. So she actually made them inbred again after her mother made them not inbred. So, yes. It was something like that. Yes. Ooh, what do you want on a sticky note? Oh, goodness. It's getting quite hot now. I was really cold and now I'm hot again. If you like inbreeding, just study ancient Egyptology. That shit is insane. Really? I didn't even think. Well, I mean, am I surprised? No. Scared. Interesting choice, yes. I love that we were like talking about vocabulary and all that and how exciting it is and all that. And etymology and all that. The word that you want on your sticky note is scared. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. I really like that. Thank you very much. Yes. Scared. There we go. And then, oh goodness. I really need to find a way to like make this more handy. Because like now I kind of have to do everything manually, where I feel like I could maybe make it in a way that I don't have to do all this and it saves me so much time. But alas, I am not very smart with this kind of stuff. I am not very savvy. But one day, I will wake up and I will know. Yes. Also, hi, Pug, the iconic Habsburg family. Indeed, I feel like they are the best example of inbreeding, definitely. I wonder if they'd be disappointed that that's what they're known for. Yes. Like, damn it, no one knows about our accomplishments, just about our chin. No. Well, that's all I know them for. Maybe they do have like really interesting achievements or something, but I don't know anything. Where is this gird? There we go. Hooray! We did it! There you go. Yeah, I hear their stories are very graphic. I couldn't think of anything, is what my brain is doing. Honestly, that's real. Can confirm I was bred in the inbred. Nah, I'm good. Greek mythology has exposed me to much incest. And much more! I always think it's so funny how they like explain the birth of certain like gods and everything. Like, what was it? Okay, a bit graphic, guys. Wasn't it like Zeus ejaculated into the sea and this created Aphrodite? When I read that, I was like, whoa. But it's real. It's true. And then what was it? When like Medusa's head got cut off, like there were things born from that as well. It was like, you can't make this shit up. And Zeus, he did so many things getting women pregnant. He was such a pest, turning into a swan. Crazy man. We don't like Zeus. We don't like him. Let's hope he doesn't smite me, but it's true. Wasn't Zeus a piece of Kronos' body? Was he? I don't know everything, but I just know he was a piece of work. That's what he was. A piece of work. Greek mythology is bestiality. The Egyptians knew how to lay with sisters. Yeah, it's true. My favorite is having migraine and deciding that the way to deal with it is to smash your head open. I'm sorry. And Athena was born from Zeus' headache or something. Whoa. That is so funny. I just like would love to know how they got, like, what were they high on when they wrote this stuff. I just need to know. I would just love to know. Anyway, let's get back to a book. The book that we're reading. That book. The very gay book. both passed away like a summer cloud, and never but once afterwards did I witness on her part a momentary sign of anger. I will tell you how it happened. She and I were looking out of one of the long drawing room windows when there entered the courtyard, over the drawbridge, a figure of a wanderer who I knew very well. He used to visit the Schloss generally twice a year. It was a figure of a hunchback, with the sharp, lean features that generally accompany deformity. He wore a pointed black beard, and he was smiling from ear to ear, showing his white fangs. He was dressed in buff, black, and scarlet, and crossed with more straps and belts than I could count, from which hung all manner of things. Behind he carried a magic lantern and 2 boxes, which I well knew, in one of which was a salamander, and in the other a mandrake. These monsters used to make my father laugh. They were compounded of parts of monkeys, parrots, squirrels, fish, and hedgehogs, dried and stitched together with great neatness and startling effect. That is so sad. Why would you do that? What the fuck? He had a fiddle, a box of conjuring apparatus, a pair of foils, and masks attached to his belt, several other mysterious cases dangling about him, and a black staff with copper ferrulus in his hand. His companion was a rough, spare dog that followed at his heel, but stopped short suspiciously at the drawbridge, and in a little while began to howl dismally. Dismally? Oh, I tried to say this word before and I couldn't. Darn it, I should have written it down. A lot of non-consensual sex in Greek mythology, that's why I prefer the Egypt one. I agree. Damn, this headache is so bad, there must be a demon in there. I better spit open my head and release it upon the world and then marry it. Wait, married? I swear he was not married to someone else? I swear he was. Hi, Hime. I hope you're doing well. Hello. In the meantime, the mountebank, standing in the midst of the courtyard, raised his grotesque hat and made us a very ceremonious bow, paying his compliments very volubly in execrable French and German, not much better. Then, disengaging his fiddle, he began to scrape a lively air to which he sang with a merry discord, dancing with ludicrous airs and activity that made me laugh in spite of the dogs howling. Then he advanced to the window with many smiles and salutations, and his hat in his left hand, his fiddle under his arm, and with a fluency that never took breath. He gave the long advertisement of all his accomplishments and the resources of the various arts which he placed at our service, and the curiosities and entertainments which it was in his power at our bidding to display. Will your ladyships be pleased to buy an amulet against the upire? I don't know what an upire is. Which is going like the wolf, I hear, through these woods, he said, dropping his hat on the pavement. They are dying of it right and left, and here is charm that never fails. Only pinned to the pillow, and you may laugh at his face. These charms consisted of oblong slips of vellum with cabalistic ciphers and diagrams upon them. Carmilla instantly purchased one, and so did I. Why did she? Okay. We can always Google it. That is true. He was looking up, and we were smiling down upon him. Amused, at least, I can answer for myself. His piercing black eye, as he looked up in our faces, seemed to detect something that fixed for a moment his curiosity. In an instant, he unrolled a leather case, full of all manner of odd little steel instruments. "See here, my lady," he said, displaying it, and addressing me. "I profess, among other things, less useful, the art of dentistry." "Plague take the dog," he interpolated. "Silence, beast!" He howls so that your ladyships can scarcely hear a word. Your noble friend, the young lady at your right, has the sharpest tooth, long, thin, pointed like an owl, like a needle. With my sharp and long sight, as I look up, I have seen it distinctively. Now, if it happens to hurt the young lady, and I think it must, here am I. Here are my file, my punch, my nippers. I will make it round and blunt, if her ladyship pleases. No longer the tooth of a fish, but a beautiful young lady as she is. Hey, is the young lady displeased? Have I been too bold? Have I offended her? The young lady, indeed, looked very angry as she drew back from the window. How dares that mountebank insult us so? Where's your father? I shall demand redress from him. My father would have had the wretch tied up to the pump and flogged with a cart whip, and burned to the bones with the cattle brand. She retired from the window a step or two, and sat down, and had hardly lost sight of the offender when her wrath subsided as suddenly as it had risen, and she gradually recovered her usual tone, and seemed to forget the little hunchback and his follies. My father was out of spirits that evening. On coming in, he told us that there had been another case very similar to the two fatal ones which had lately occurred. The sister of a young peasant on his estate, only a mile away, was very ill, had been, as she described it, attacked very nearly in the same way, and was now slowly but steadily sinking. My nippers! I don't know what they mean by nippers either. Apparently, Upire is vampire. Oh, really? That is so silly. What? Okay. Thank you, Sensi, as always. I appreciate it. Thank you. All this, said my father, is strictly referable to natural causes. These poor people inject one another with their superstitions, and so repeat in imagination the images of terror that have infested their neighbors. But that very circumstance frightens one horribly, said Carmilla. How so? Inquired my father. I'm so afraid of fancying I see such things. I think it would be as bad as reality. We are in God's hands. Nothing can happen without his permission, and all will end well for those who love him. He is our faithful creator. He has made us all and will take care of us. Creator, nature, said the young lady in answer to my gentle father, and this disease that invades the country is natural, nature. All things proceed from nature, don't they? All things in heaven, in the earth, and under the earth act and live as nature ordains. I think so. The doctor said he would come here today, said my father after a silence. I want to know what he thinks about it, and what he thinks we had better do. Doctors never did me any good, said Carmilla. Then you have been ill, I asked. More ill ever you were, she answered. Long ago? Yes, a long time. I suffered from this very illness, but I forget all but my pain and my weakness, and they were not so bad as are suffered in other diseases. You were very young then? I dare say. Let us talk no more of it. You would not wound a friend. She looked languidly in my eyes and passed her arm around my waist lovingly, and led me out of the room. My father was busy over some paper near the window. Why does your papa like to frighten us? Said the pretty girl with a sigh and a little shudder. He doesn't, dear Carmilla. It is the very furthest thing from his mind. Are you afraid, dearest? I should be very much if I fancied there was any real danger of my being attacked as those poor people were. You're afraid to die. Yes, everyone is. But to die as lovers may, to die together so that their may live together, girls are caterpillars while they live in the world, to be finally butterflies when the summer comes. But in the meantime, there are grubs and larvae, don't you see? Each with their peculiar propensities, necessities, and structure. So says Monsieur Buffon in his big book in the next room. Later in the day, the doctor came and was closeted with Papa for some time. He was a skillful man of 60 and upwards. He wore powder and shaved his pale face as smooth as a pumpkin. He and Papa emerged from the room together, and I heard Papa laugh and say as they came out, "Well, I do wonder at a wise man like you. What do you say to hippogriffs and dragons?" The doctor was smiling and made answer, shaking his head. "Nevertheless, life and death are mysterious states, and we know little of the resources of either." This is true. Nature, I hardly know her. I don't know her either. Oh, this is great! We got to the end of the chapter. That's what I wanted. And so they walked on, and I heard no more. I did not then know what the doctor had been broaching, but I think I guess it now. Oh! Wow. Well, I think that is gonna be it for today, my lovelies. Thank you so much for joining today. It's been very, very fun hanging out with you. I hope you enjoyed our first ever, full reading stream. I don't think we ever did this before. So this was very exciting, to be honest. Let me just save. Let's say hi to Inigo before we leave. Wait, this is a children's room. Very fun indeed and relaxing as well. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Sorry you only got to the end of it, but I definitely want to finish this book. It's a very enjoyable book, honestly, very well written. I've always wanted to read it, so this is also very pleasing for me. Thank you for a cozy stream. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I was very nervous because I wasn't quite sure how it was going to feel. Oh, here you are. But this was very fun. And I'm also glad to be back so I can stream for you guys. I'm so happy. But yes, I will say goodbye for now. Lol, I got a top clipper badge for making one clip. Well, usually it's either senti, say, or soy. All the S's. Oh, there's my tail that you couldn't see all stream because I can't move it. I forgot to I forgot how to do it, like how to unlock it. But yes, thank you so much for joining. I'm so glad we got to read a bit. It was very, very fun. I will be finishing this this book, so don't worry, there will be another reading stream. I'm not quite sure when. I'm just gonna make sure to write down where we were left. Also, very nice meeting you, Harold, and very nice meeting with Harold and both of the names are green, so it was easy to like mix them up. Anyway, yes, nice to meet you. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Hume. Thank you for following. Danku. But yeah, please have a good evening. Very nice meeting everyone. Thank you for following. Thank you for listening. Hope you'll be back for the next reading stream. If you didn't know, I do have a Discord where I post my schedule. I'm trying to get to a consistent schedule now that I have, a different job where I have consistent, work times. So hopefully you can get that established soon. Good night, Noah. Let's play WoW soon. Yes, please. Yes, please. I will post in the WoW channel to make this happen 100%. But yeah, I will now depart. Hi Natsu, I hope you do well. Sorry, I was about to end the stream. Have a good rest of your day. I just joined the Discord as creaking. Well, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome. But yeah, good night everyone. Remember to drink something nice for the throat. Oh yes, I will. I've been drinking tea. But yes, Friday is the next stream, and that will be our collab. So definitely be there for that. Out of concern for your well-being, I shall not redeem Squaw's last minute. Yippee! You can do it next time though, because I will be definitely be better by then. I've been lurking. Don't worry, silly. You have. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Am I too late? You are. Thanks. I'm sorry. I will be departing. I have to get into eepy mode. I've been thinking of getting to bed earlier because I do feel quite tired getting up at 7. So yes, but don't worry, Therex. I will be back on Friday. I will be doing a collab, spooky wookie wookie collab. And if you want to have another reading stream, please do join the Discord, and you can see in the announcements when I do the next reading stream, maybe next week. We shall see. But yeah, for now, I bid you good night. Thank you, everyone. Eat enough, sleep enough, all that very important. If you don't, I will be in your walls. Blah 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 blah. And I don't pay rent. Yes. Anyway, good night. Good night, everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye. Take care. Take care. Take care of yourself. Have a nice Thursday. Bye bye. Good night. Good night. Good night. Bye. Bye. Bye.